once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow did down, oh blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Hello and welcome to Luck Check. My name's Tovi, and I'm usually the DM. And that's not really different today, unless we are missing our last player. At the moment, we are. One of our players might have to miss, and another one is definitely going to have to miss. So, not having a full stream. However, me and some of the other people wanted to just get on and chat for a little bit about the stream because we really haven't talked too much about our characters or like what classes we're playing, what we're playing some non-canon classes, so like what are those all about, a bit about the world and things like that. So yeah, joining me is of course
Hey, my name's Johnny. I'm the co-host of Luck Check. When Toby's not the DM, I'm the DM. And yeah, pretty much everything Toby said is also what I say. And joining me is
I'm Alex. I use they them pronouns. Yeah, what they said.
Word.
Word.
We're ready.
oh yeah, this is
Professional as
professionalism.
hell.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like hop right in here because I'm playing one of the weirdest classes. The other person we have playing a non-canon class is here currently. They're playing a war mage from an ancillary book called
Valda's Spire of Secrets.
That's what it's called, Valda's Spire of Secrets.
Yeah, really quick.
Yeah.
Toby, I believe you're coming through your own mic just slightly. Yeah. So I believe that we're echoing through your mic slightly and being doubled on the stream.
Oh no. Okay. Let me put in headphones then.
Yeah.
Oh god, don't mind me banging around.
Yeah, because we could hear your pirate music.
Yeah, you never actually muted, by the way.
No.
It was funny.
Oh, I mean, that's fantastic. I didn't say anything embarrassing. We'll never know. All right.
It's true.
My headphones are
in the meantime, so a couple of things we wanted to just like chat about are like the characters we're playing, a little bit of like our intentions when playing them, or like our goals for our own characters and like what we were thinking about when we made them. And then finally, we wanted to chat a little bit about our classes that we're playing as, because we figured that would be kind of interesting, kind of explain a few of the more uncommon classes that are being played and like what's going on there, because that could be a little fun. And I'll go ahead and toss it over to you, Alex. So I'm going to ask you, a few questions about Rune.
All right, I'll try to answer as best as I can, like she's a fully fleshed out character.
Perfect. So what was your reasoning for wanting to play as a moon druid?
Honestly, because I had chosen a water genasi first, and when I saw Moon Druid, I'm like, ooh, tides! I want their hair to like move with the phases of the moon, and literally that's it.
Perfect.
Didn't look at anything else until after I had chosen Moon Druid.
Very good. We're getting a lot of requests in chat for sea shanties. Do you want to put on just passive background sea shanties?
No.
Oh, never mind. I guess the official verdict has been passed as soon as I said that.
Oh my god. Hey, look who just showed up. It's
Sorry,
our last
boys
player.
and lady. I just got off work. Sorry.
Hey, no
You're
problem.
good.
Yeah, we're just going to, I think we should do it anyway. We're just briefly going over our characters and our like motivations for wanting to play them, what kind of subclass we're playing, all that kind of stuff. Which I think we cut you off. I'll do some pirate music in the background, but yeah, you were telling us about your character, Alex. Tell me if this is too loud.
Pretty sure Alex finished talking about
Okay.
their character. I want to jump over really quick. I'll give Connor a second to like collect his things and his feelings and his thoughts about the world. But Tovi,
Yeah.
What made you want to pick Witch?
So I listen to a podcast, like I do every day. It's what I do, and it's called the Glass Cannon Podcast. It's a pretty famous D&D podcast. But one of the characters plays a witch. They play Pathfinder, which is modified 3E. We are playing 5th edition, but in this book there is a very like loosely based version of the 3rd edition witch. And I always thought it was very interesting. I haven't used it very much because I've been DMing, and when you have DMPC, you want to be a background character and not take focus away from the main characters. But it has a very interesting feature. So the witch is like a main caster that gets about the same number of spell slots. It's like a sorcerer or a wizard or something. But the thing that nerfs them is that they get a very limited spell list, and they get they know exactly as many spells as their level, plus whatever they get from their subclass and things like that. So you don't know very many spells, and they're very limited what you do know. But the witch has a very interesting feature called hexes, and hexes are a thing you can basically focus on from turn to turn. They're free to cast. They're kind of like cantrips. So if you hear me use a hex, which you might today, it's kind of like a cantrip. It's free to cast. It doesn't use a spell slot, but most of them are very weak, and they're kind of supposed to be used from turn to turn, because the witch is like a support character. But anyway, that was kind of my motivation for wanting to play a witch, and I just chose my subclass. We are all 3rd level now, just to catch everybody up. We are all leveled up very quickly because we wanted to get to an interesting level for combat. And my subclass is basically a healer kind of thing. So yeah, that's all about Henry. How about you, Gellin?
Yeah, for sure. Gellin is... So I am playing as a paladin, which is obviously standard D&D stuff. I'm playing as a non-official subclass, which is from Critical Role. I'm playing as the Oath of the Open Sea Paladin. I believe it was created by Matthew Mercer. I don't know exactly who made it, but I know it's from Critical Role. I knew immediately I wanted to play as a pirate, and I figured instead of being like, oh, I want to be like a gold-hungry, bloodthirsty pirate, I just want to be like a pirate that values freedom above everything. And when I was looking around for subclasses, I was either going to pick between a swashbuckler rogue, or I wanted to play as a paladin, and then I found the Oath of the Open Sea, and it was all about like the freedom of the ocean, and I was like, oh, perfect, that's exactly what I want. So I ended up going with that. At 3rd level, I finally get my first class features from that subclass, which is part of the reason why I really, really wanted to play this class, because in Luck Check, there are guns, because it's high seas pirate stuff. So I have a flintlock pistol, And with my Channel Divinity as a bonus action on my turn, I can infuse my gun with the winds of the sea, and whenever I shoot someone with my gun, I can push them 10 feet away from me. And I think that's funny. So that's one of the reasons I built this class.
Nice. Yeah, also very important that we're tracking ammunition and stuff in this game, so very important to keep
Yeah.
track of that with like guns and things. But yeah, lastly, I'll throw it over to you, Connor, as long as you are ready to talk about your character.
You know, I'm never ready. You know,
Okay.
that's the key.
No, that's fine.
But,
All right,
but
we'll
I'm
move
ready
on.
now. No, hold on, slow it down. I'm sorry. I apologize. So Valandros is actually an old character that I've played before in another buddy's campaign. And when Toby invited me, I just like could not think of any character to make. So I was like, well, you know, let's just bring this fella back and see what we can do. And I love rogues. You know, I think that was my first D&D class that I ever played, and I've just loved them, and I don't play them often anymore. So I definitely wanted to go with a rogue. I think I said it in our first session, but like I had like a really dark backstory that's not cut out for this campaign at all. I don't think. But that's, you know, besides the point. I'm playing a Pain Taster Rogue, which is a middle finger of Vecna homebrew. And I actually just got my level 3 class ability for that, which is the Pain Taster kind of builds into the backstory. But for this, which is super cool, which you did last session with the guy that we never found out his name. It's like I so basically, okay, so let me explain what the ability is. I can deal damage to myself to inflict more damage on my next attack. So the way like I'm viewing it now is like I'm dealing damage to myself because I don't think I'm strong enough, and it's just like a very My Hero Academia thing where it's like, you know, you hurt more, but you're also like breaking your bones while you're doing it or whatever. Which is kind of cool, but yeah, I mean that's, you know, pretty much it.
Nice. Yeah, I was very skeptical at first when you pitched that subclass to me. I was like, "Oh no, this is scary. This is dark. It's not really the realm of this stream." But I like the way you played him so far. And yeah, so just to recap, in the party we have Kamos, who is not here today, but usually he plays a war mage. We have Gellin, who plays a paladin, kind of a pirate-themed paladin, Oath of the Seas, or whatever that was called. Yeah.
Toby
And
pays attention.
I pay attention. I'm present. I'm here. We have Henry, who is a witch, which is a third party's class, and then we have Rune, who is a moon druid. Yeah. So I don't think I missed anybody.
I mean, you
But-
didn't say Valandress.
But it's okay though, you know, like I get it, so it's fine.
No, it's fine. It's because you were late. Anyway, moving on. We are gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna pick back right up where we left off. So, last week on Luck Check, does anybody want to give me a little recap of what happened, if you remember?
Oh, I got the whole thing written down,
Oh,
brother.
God dang.
So basically, if you guys aren't opposed to me, just like shoot
Oh,
me
no,
through
go
real
for it.
quick.
Absolutely.
Basically, we started in the inn, and a whole bunch of bad shit continued to happen. Guards got called. We ended up making it away, barely. After Kamos actually got caught for a second. We ended up getting 90 something gold, 93 gold. And we met together after we got away. Then we went down south to Lowtown and met the alchemist, which in town they call the chemist because alchemy is magic and magic is frowned upon. And Galen went down and used Kamos's name to strike a deal to go to Tiversard. I believe that's how it's pronounced, something like
Yep,
that.
exactly.
In exchange for the hopes of a potion or some cure for the black spots on our foreheads. And then after we left the bar, we followed a half elf that was playing poker or some sort of card game with 3 dragonborns. And he killed the dragonborns. And we followed him, and he spoke of the blood breakers not being a thing, quote unquote. He was just kind of be secretive about it. Valandros fell in love with him. He grabbed Galen's gun and was about to like smash it, or almost grabbed his gun. I think Galen beat the roll.
Yeah.
Thank God, because his rolls are sweet.
Also bit Rat and me's head off.
Yeah, also,
Yeah.
that's also bit Rune's rat head off.
That's true.
Just a real salt of the earth kind of guy, this fella.
Oh, yeah.
Then Galen spoke to an old man at the port after the unnamed man, or the unnamed half elf, told us to go to the port and get a boat. We met an old man whose boat was called the Sweet Marianne, and he is taking us to Tiversard on a pretty cheap deal, we believe. And and then we battled sharks, and it was crazy.
And
then
we
people
all almost died.
You all almost died. And
I think
that's
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's how level 2 combat goes. So we are gonna pick back literally right up after that battle. You are in the water. You've just slain these 2 great white sharks, although while they're sized like great whites, they have some different markings you haven't seen before, perhaps kind of a breed that's native to the area. And the sharks, if you remember, were dragging in their wake sort of this net, and in the net were all these barrels and boxes which had gotten caught on one of their fins. That's how you first noticed them over the side of the boat. So now with these sharks dead in the water, some of you very hurt and looking to maybe patch up your wounds a bit or get some rest. What's the party doing?
Gelen is immediately like, all right, everyone get back in the boat right now. I'll like cut the ropes. I'll get these sharks not attached to us anymore. We need to get out of here. I think Gelen is recognizing like we're working with a fellow who is very kind to do this for us. However, that doesn't mean that what we're doing is legal, and we are currently wanted in Hightown. I think the longer we stay in one location on the open sea, the more danger we're in. So I'm very much like a go, 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 go. We have to get out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
So Gillen is heading back towards the ship, trying to untangle it from those ropes. You can give me I guess a sleight of hand check to see if you can kind of slip those free of the rudder.
I mean, I would also like to help if that is okay.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Rune? Is there anything Rune would like to be doing during this time?
I'm just climbing back on the boat.
Okay, gotcha.
He said to get back on the boat.
That is true.
Gelen got a 21 sleight of hand there.
Okay. Yeah, with a 21 sleight of hand, you are definitely able to get these boxes and barrels free of the boat, and you send them drifting, and they start drifting away from the ship. I assume you guys are going to hop back on the ship?
I plan to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You hop back on the ship, and in the distance, you see the barrels and things just kind of floating away in the distance. One of them is leaking some kind of beans, but they're gone now. You didn't take them. So, as the evening is kind of drawing in, it's late afternoon, Captain Hellman, which is, I think, the name everybody forgot, including me for a little while, walks up to you, seeing that you're damaged, bloody, and you know, a little bit worse for wear. He says, "Oh, thank you for defending boat there. That was a close call. And don't worry." And he taps the side of his nose with his index finger. Says, "Keep your defense mechanism a little secret between you and me. How about that?"
Sounds good.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. Why don't you all head below deck and see if you can get yourselves patched up? I have some supplies down there, and it's gonna be a bit of a journey yet to Tiversard. A day or so, give or take a few hours. But I'll let you know when we're coming up on the shore.
Appreciate that, Captain. We'll do just that. And Gellin just immediately heads down.
As you head below deck, you see a quaint little living quarters that looks like it's been set up for one or two, but there are some extra blankets that are raggedy but lovingly folded in a corner, along with a table, single bed, some cabinets, a rug on the floor that looks like it maybe has some mold growing on it, and some sparse dishware and a few bits of food here and there. Is there anything you would like to do as a party before taking sort of a mechanical long rest? Or individually, I suppose.
I mean, I'm good.
I'm good.
I think Gellin would walk up to Rune and just be like, extra, like, are you okay? Are you, like, are you dying still? Is like, are you okay? I watched you get immediately knocked out by a shark, and I got really scared that I caused you to die by telling you to go into the water, and I just want to make sure you're fine.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so that was a great white shark, and it killed you.
Almost killed me.
Okay,
but I'm
almost
okay.
killed you. I got really worried, and I just want, if you need anything, tell me, and I'll get it for you. Because it was my fault.
Honestly, I just want to pass out, my guy.
Okay.
Wait, like
They-
pass out or fall asleep?
Yeah,
Both.
like that's important.
Both?
Okay, so we're gonna have to stay talking to each other for like an hour or so to make sure you don't have a concussion.
I grab a blanket. I'm just like, I'm going to bed.
Okay, make sure you like sleep on your back and not on your side. Wait, or is it on your side and not on your back?
I'm sleeping face down.
Wait, no, don't do that. Yeah, and after Rune leaves, I'll grab what I need and just. I think I'll like regard Valendress for a second and be like, that was some good shark writing you did there.
Hey, that was some good that was like Thunder Mall or whatever that was.
Yeah, thanks. And I'll just kind of extend a hand for a handshake.
Absolutely, yeah, shake that thing.
Shake that thing. I think you can tell it's like not a super firm handshake, but it's mostly just because I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like a little. Gellin doesn't know Valendrus and
sure.
is starting to realize like, this guy saved my life, but also we got into a lot of trouble back at the inn, and it was his fault. Or his idea, more accurately.
Yeah, and you in return get a very also limp handshake because Valendrus is not a handshaker.
Perfect.
Just
It's just the worst.
limp handshakes.
Yeah, just the worst.
Just two men trying to engage in an act of toxic masculinity, but neither of them are into it.
Just slapping your hands at each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. And then I will recline myself to a rest.
As you are settling in for the night, you see a bright white flash of light from the corner, and Henry kind of starts up, and he looks a little confused, and then he stands up, and you can see that he looks somehow a little bit like better than he had before. He just looks like a little bit more revitalized, even though he didn't really take damage during the battle. The wear and tear of the past few days seem to have left him. And he says, I think I've remembered how to do something. As long as the captain's okay with magic, I suppose. Would you all mind if I performed a hex on you?
Absolutely, hit me.
A
I gotta
what
get
now?
stronger.
Wait, Valendrus, hold on a second. A what now?
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah,
No, that'll be fine.
look, I haven't done it in a long time, so I might not be the best at it, but it's supposed to heal you, and it worked on me when I tried it on myself just there, you saw.
Wait a
Look,
sec,
you
a
don't have
healing
to.
hex?
Yeah.
No, I'm all for it.
How about
Rest
you
of
let
you?
Valendrus go first, and
And-
then we'll, right? Like we'll sit and watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
guinea pig time.
Yeah,
Um,
Valendraus was probably like sitting down or something after the talk with Galen. I stand back up, arms like spread out, like with my face turned away, like scared, with one eye open.
Okay.
Gellin fully like crouches a little behind Rune.
I'm just
Henry-
like super excited.
Henry places his hands on Alandra's arm, and you see a warm white light kind of pass through Henry's hands and up into Valendros, and any scratches and bruises and cuts he had seem to fade away. Mechanically, I'm not going to roll for this, but you do heal up as Henry whispers some arcane words under his breath, and he performs the hex remedy.
Hell yeah.
Feeling any adverse side effects? Feel like you're gonna turn into a frog? That's what hexes do, right?
Yeah. Frog stuff.
No, I feel good. Feel better than ever.
Okay. Rune, your
Yeah.
head got bit off, right? So like you should go next.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I stand in the same position Valendros is in.
Henry does the same for you, and you immediately feel better. Like any concussion you may or may not have had is now gone.
Oh. I feel like I totally didn't get bit by a shark.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm good. Go for it.
And you as well are healed up. And Henry at the end of this looks a little drained, and he says, I might not be able to do that again for you, maybe tomorrow, but hopefully we won't get into any trouble while we're sleeping tonight.
Well, now you jinxed it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh no.
We're guaranteed to get in a lot of trouble now.
But he grabs a raggedy old soldier's blanket from a corner and curls up. And I'm assuming the rest of you are heading to sleep as well.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yeah, probably.
You guys can go ahead and mechanically take a long rest.
Ooh.
Get any spell slots and HP back that you may have expended. So, you hear a dinging as the next day rounds up about 8 hours earlier. And it's just the light ringing of a bell up on deck that you had spotted yesterday. And Henry, for one, sits up, and just like that. You guys can't hear that, but in the ambient noise I'm listening to and the stream is, that exact thing happened. But yeah, you guys are woken up by this.
Okay. Up and at 'em, sailors. Let's go.
Nope. I roll over.
Valadros wakes up for sure.
Okay.
Gellin considers like shaking Rune, and it's like, we're not actually like in a crew together. I have no power over you, and I just go away.
You have no power here.
I go upstairs.
Kamos looked a little worse for wear yesterday, and after the battle, he is still sleeping. He was not woken up by this. It's up to you guys if you want to wake him.
I'll let him sleep.
Yeah, he's not here.
He needs his beauty sleep.
It's crazy.
Very much.
So you let him sleep and head up onto deck, where you see the shore of Tiversard, a large island off the right side of Port Caylano. It looks very heavy and dense with jungle trees and foliage, much more so than the port itself, which has largely been cleared, at least in the town areas. And Captain Helmond says, "Oh, good, you're up. I was wondering when you'd get up. But, as you can see, we have made it to shore. And whatever business you have here, you better get to it. Time's a-wasting."
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much again, Captain. It's been an honor traveling with you, and we'll be back soon. Our friend there, Kamos, he's not. And I kind of look to Valandris, Henry, and Rune, and for like approval.
He's fucked up.
Yeah. Is it all right if he stays on the ship while we're out there?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I suppose he can sleep down there. No bother to me.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Gellen's gonna start gathering all of his things to get ready to depart.
All right.
Samesies.
You gather your things, and you are near the shore, not quite up on it since the boat isn't beached, but you can just wade into the water. It's about like waist deep where the boat is, and you can get up onto shore. As you make it to the very bright and yellow shores of Tiversard, you notice that, well, you really don't know where to go. You've been told that there are pools at the center of the island, which house these medicinal herbs that you need to apparently clear this black spot on your forehead. So, what I'm going to need from everybody is a survival check to try and basically get a heading and make it through the foliage and everything like that.
Is Henry rolling as well?
Henry is rolling as well.
That's an 11 from Rune.
Hey, the 11 twins.
Hey!
Gellin and Rune, the 11sies.
Dang.
Lemonsies.
I got a 19.
You got a 19, and Henry got a 17. So that rounded out is pretty good. You head into the jungle, and you start hacking away at branches, foliage in your way. And as you are making your way through, you start to notice paths that are worn into the foliage that look like they have been well trodden, and you start to follow the paths. After a little while, you come upon a clearing. Diverging from the clearing are two paths, a well-worn, larger one, and one that looks maybe a little bit more overgrown, and it is slightly smaller. Which would you like to take? One faces left, the larger one, the other one faces right.
Okay, so like, I know this is probably gonna sound probably stupid, but these herbs, they're like rare, right? Like people don't get them often, so maybe they're down the path that is less traveled. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not a bad way to think about it.
I think
Take
I've
a
read a
turn, man.
poem before that we should take.
Robert Frost.
Yeah.
Huh.
We should take the less traveled path, right? That sounds right, right, Gellin?
So, if we're thinking by those regards, we should triangulate in between the two paths and go right down the middle, because the path less traveled is still traveled more than a path that hasn't been traveled at all.
Oh my god.
I think we should not take either path and
and
just walk into the
forge
woods.
our own.
Is that your actual suggestion? You can do it.
Yes,
Okay.
that's Gellen's suggestion. Feel free to tell me now.
I just feel like that's maybe like I don't know, like either genius, or just like just tragically not wise.
Also,
But I'm all
on
for
a,
it though.
we are at a time constraint, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Somewhat. It did take a few days from what I saw to take effect last time, but somewhat of a time constraint.
Maybe forging our own path ain't the smartest idea.
All right. Let's start with the path less traveled, and then if we don't find it, we split up and we all go in a random direction.
Yeah, that sounds like a
So
good idea.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. You start heading down the smaller path. It's tight, and some low-hanging vines between mangrove trees hang over the path. As you swat at them, I'm gonna need. What's the order of the party? What order are you guys walking in?
I mean, I'll be first? Question mark.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take up the back.
Okay, I'll go third.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, Valendros, you are walking down the middle of this path. There are these vines in your way, and most of them you've just been able to brush out of the way, duck under. But coming up, it looks like there are three in the middle of the path that you either have to duck under or jump over. Which would you like to do? Or go around?
I mean, which seems smarter?
They are about 3 feet off the ground. So if you ducked under, you'd really have to get down on your hands and knees. And if you jumped over, it would have to be a bit of a high jump, but not too difficult.
Oh, we're gonna go for a sweet dexterous slide
Oh,
right underneath.
real Apex style. I love it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely apexy.
Okay, give me a DC, a Dex
Oh.
check then. Not a DC. I'm not telling you.
Well, I mean, you
Oh.
started to.
No.
Can I roll an Apex Twins check to make it over?
No.
You got
What are
10.
you trying to do? You're trying to jump over?
No, I'm waiting my turn to see what happens.
Oh, okay,
I
I
was
see.
making a bad music joke.
I see. Okay. What is that check you got?
A 10.
Okay. You see as Valendros he pauses and then takes a bit of a run at the branches, tries to slide under, and one of them catches on his chin. And you see the vine that caught on his chin come to life as a python unwinds from the vines and strikes down at you. And does just 3 damage to you. But give me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, I've got a -1 in Constitution, so this should be great.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I should be great at these.
Minus. It's an 11.
With an 11, you
Mm.
take just an extra 2 poison damage as this latches onto your shoulder and immediately draws back, hissing, and is going to try and retreat into the foliage, unless you want to try and stop it by killing it.
Absolutely, I do.
Okay, I guess we can. I'm not going to enter initiative for one snake, but give me an attack roll on it.
Yeah, absolutely. With my whip.
Mhm.
That is a 13.
Okay, that hits.
Thank God.
Let me put on some jungle ambience. We're not on a. What is
6 damage.
You strike out immediately after this thing bites you with your whip, and you lash it on its back and you lacerate it as it bunches up and keeps trying to retreat. Would anybody else like to attack it?
Nah, it's fine.
We're good.
Henry won't either. Balindros,
Guys, it bit me.
you have one more chance before it's gone. Unless you'd like to pursue it, I guess.
No, I look back at my party and they're just kind of like, eh. So I'm like, oh, okay.
I will. I'd like to like check and see if this is like genuinely poisonous. Like, is he in any real danger from this?
Absolutely. Give me a medicine check.
I refuse to suck on his blood, on his wound. Just putting that out there.
It's a 17 medicine check.
It looks like it has kind of swelled up around the bite, but the veins around the bite don't look like infected. They don't look darkened at all. Looks like maybe he had an initial reaction to it, like a mosquito bite, but it doesn't look like from a 17 that he is poisoned. It looks like he'll be all right.
Okay. Valendrus, let me know. Or Henry, I guess. Henry, you
Right.
did that thing yesterday. That
Yeah.
should work on this. Let me or Henry know if this gets any worse, okay?
I can also heal.
I can do it now.
But if you said
No.
it drains you, right? It takes a little bit out of you.
Well, I think I can only do it on one person a day. Well, rather on
That's
a
very
person.
specific that you can do that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it overloads their body with energy. I don't know. It has an adverse effect.
Oh, okay.
Is it
I
'cause
think
you're
we
old?
should save that just in. I think maybe we should save that in case you really need it.
No, yeah. I should be good for now. I mean, it hurt like hell, but I'll be all right.
All right. Then
I
on we
pat
go.
Montross on the shoulder that got bit. It'll be okay.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome.
You keep on the smaller path, and it winds left, then it winds right, and after a little while, it opens up into another small clearing. From this clearing, you can see a little pool at the center of the clearing. It doesn't look like the ones described as deep pools at the center of the island. This looks more like a pond. But beside the pond, you can see a very large orcish man bending down into the pond. His back is turned to you, and he hasn't noticed you yet. Do.
Is he taking a bath?
It looks like he is looking for something in the pond.
Ah,
He dropped something?
You say that to him?
Yeah.
He whips around very surprised, and he looks at you and he says, "What are you doing here? You gave me a shock."
So pay more attention to your surroundings, I guess. I don't know.
Trying to fish.
You
You're
shouldn't be-
surrounded on an island and you're fishing in a... Okay.
Like I said, who are you and what are you doing here?
now you didn't say who are you the first time.
Okay,
Yeah.
semantics, I guess.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Also, like yelling when you're trying to fish just isn't smart. The fish run away or swim
Well,
away,
I'm
but yeah.
sure the fish have already gone since you started me so bad.
I mean, it is a tiny pond. Like, I don't know what you're expecting out of this, my guy.
I'm Valendron.
Don't tell him your real name.
Oh, I don't
I'm
care.
Kamos.
I'm Kamos.
I'm Kamos.
No, I'm Kamos.
Well, Balindros, Kamos, and the one who didn't say his name. It's not lovely to meet you. Get out of here.
It's rude.
Do you like own this portion of Tiversard?
He softens a bit, and it looks like he was genuinely annoyed by you, but he looks back up at you and says, "No, I don't own it. I'm part of a village. And To be honest, I don't really want to talk to you anymore. Ruined my afternoon. The hunter for the village, and I need food for the night, and you fucked that up for me. So if you want to talk to somebody, you can go there, but I'm done with you.
Free.
Don't apologize. We didn't do anything.
We scared him.
Oh my god, he's fine.
Is he though? Now he's gonna go hungry for the night.
Well,
I think I have some rations.
don't give him your rations. All right. I apologize. But what is your name?
Wait, I thought we weren't apologizing.
Will you please let me just all right, listen. Valentros, and I take Valentros aside for a second. I'm like, look, so here's the thing. We need to find the things, right?
Mm.
We're after the thing, and
Mhm.
he's in a village that lives here.
Mhm.
So we're not apologizing. What I'm doing right now is, and I say this very loudly and like trying to whisper, but I'm clearly not doing it well. What I'm doing right now is called lying.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Yeah.
I
Okay.
wasn't lying. I was apologizing.
Okay, yeah. I turn back to the orcish man and I say, I apologize. What was your name?
My name? Well, my
Yeah.
name's Gunther. And like I said, you should head to the village. Because you don't want to be caught out in the jungle when nightfall comes. And,
Why is that?
well, been experiencing a bit of a supernatural issue of late.
Oh, do we not like supernatural things?
The supernatural part's not the problem. The killing's the problem.
I can see that, yeah. Still, how we feeling about supernatural stuff?
Not like the mainlanders here. We don't have the same prejudices. We have a medicine woman in camp. I said, my temper is short right now. So
We
you should
noticed.
head there, talk to her, if that's what you're interested in.
Okay, all right.
And he has a quizzical look on his face for a second, and then he turns to you with a bit of a different demeanor, and he says, Say, how did you all come to the island?
A boat.
Oh, where did you land?
On the
On
shore,
the shore.
Yes, which side?
the side next to Port Kailano.
Western? Ah, interesting.
Why?
Many people make it here,
Why?
because there's nothing here. It's a jungle. It's wilderness.
Well,
There's no
clearly
factions, there's nothing.
there's fish.
No,
Not
there's not fish. We
anymore.
scared them away. Right.
So what are y'all doing?
I think Gellin just starts to walk in a direction.
Not that way. It's east
Oh.
from here.
Which way's east?
I hold up my hands to make L's, like going right and left. I'm like, I think it's that way.
He points it out to you. He says, just through those trees, walk about 2 miles. Just in a straight line, you'll make it there.
Right. Thanks, Gunther, y'all.
Not my
And
name.
what was it? It was a
Gunther.
Gunther?
Sure.
Like a
Right.
gun.
Yeah, like one of these, and I pull out my gun.
All right. Listen here. And he puts his hand on an axe.
Oh, sorry, and I
Pull my
holster
dagger
my
out.
gun.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No!
wait, oh, we're doing that?
No!
Okay. I pull my gun
No.
back out.
I slap the dagger out of Valendras's hand. No.
You slap the blade of the dagger?
Yeah. Just pah.
I've never had a more confusing conversation in my entire life.
Really? You don't remember us trying to plan our heist?
I've never had okay. No, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So are you guys heading towards the village?
Does that sound fine to everyone?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to also perception the pond to see if I can see any fish.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Ba, 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 ba. 14.
With a 14, you see a medium-sized trout kind of swimming around to the left of Gunther.
I throw my dagger at it.
Make an attack roll.
23.
Gunther puts his hand on his spear and then looks around and sees that you were aiming at the fish, which is now dead in the water, floating up towards the top of the surface. And he just gives kind of a grunt. He goes, and he picks it out of the water, picks the dagger up, and tosses it to you first.
I catch it and I sheath it and I continue walking.
He doesn't even wipe the fish guts off. What a nasty man.
Now your dagger's gonna smell.
Oh, well, if I can
mean,
poison
wait,
my
wait.
enemy as well.
Mechanically, does that count as poison damage if you stab someone
Absolutely
with
it
fish
should.
guts?
No.
I feel like it should though.
No.
Well, if it doesn't count as poison damage, I wipe it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think ahead, and he won't let me.
I see. Yeah. That's the best way. You all head towards this direction that Gunther told you the village was in. You walk a bit more through tough and dense foliage. It looks like the path that you were on curves around in sort of another direction, and occasionally you run across it, sort of crisscrossing the path that you're on, which is apparently a straight direction towards the village. And after about 30 more minutes of walking, you come across just what Gunther had said. It's a small ramshackle village in the middle of the jungle. The roofs look patched together with sparse thatching that covers around 10 homes throughout the village. The walls are pieced together with patchwork logs and planks, which look like they've been taken from the nearby trees. And some of the buildings look more lovingly built than others do. Some look very thrown together, and others look like a lot of time and effort went into them. You see a few people milling about, tending to various things. There's a small sheep pasture, and on the right of the town, a meager crop of wilting fruits and vegetables grows, interspersed with weeds. It looks like there's maybe about 3 sheep in pasture. And yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I look at my compatriots and I say, "Do you guys see that whole dagger thing? Wasn't that kind of like the half elf? That was cool, right?"
No, he was cooler.
Yeah, I
That
know.
guy
but,
sucked, all right? He bit my friend's head off, literally,
but,
and that's not cool.
Was
But
not.
no, but the cool thing about it though is he knew, right? Isn't that
He
crazy?
knew that I was there.
Yeah.
He bit a rat's head off. That man put a rat into his mouth.
Because
Yeah.
he knew it was me.
He
Isn't
doesn't
that
know
cool?
who you are. He didn't know it was you. He just saw a rat and he bit it.
I think he knew it was a
I
shapeshifter. That's
I
why he put the
definitely
rat
knew.
in his.
Yeah.
Because
He's
he
a
didn't
bit of
seem.
a freak.
Yeah,
He
I'm
didn't-
freak for sure, but
Yeah, he didn't seem surprised when my hand was in his mouth when I transformed back.
About that, why was the hand the part that was in his mouth? Wouldn't
what's
your head just be in his mouth?
It wouldn't fit.
Yeah, so shouldn't you just instantly kill him as soon as that happens? Because you expand back to
Enlarge.
normal size?
Don't
Right.
try to science magic.
What?
No.
No, magic is science.
No, it's not. It's magic. They're separate.
No, magic is science. Ask Kamos when we get back.
No.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Oh god, and I pull out my gun.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you answer something for us? Is magic science
Who
or
are
are they
you?
two separate things? Answer the question.
magic is found in the world around us, which can be explained through natural means. What I find anyway, so in a way, could be scientific.
Thank you.
I point my gun at Rune and I'm like, I'm right. I gesture using the gun.
Not in my village, put that away.
Oh, right, sorry, and I holster it.
So, who are you? And why are you here?
I'm Kamos.
I'm Kamos.
I'm Valendros.
No, you're Kamos.
Almost Valendros, and Henry is my name. Oh, love talking to myself. No, so he said, yes, well, my name is Vep. I'm the shepherd around here and also the unofficial leader of this village, and I noticed you loitering about. Can I help you?
I love your name.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your hunter. Oh, what was it? Your hunter.
Gunther,
Gun. Yeah. Gunfeather.
that's
He
it.
sent us. he sent us this way to talk to people in the village.
Oh, I see. Yes, he's a bit standoffish, as you might have noticed. He's a bit of a dick. I don't really
Yelled
like
at
him.
us.
Yes. But you're welcome in our village. As you can see, we don't have much, but what we do is yours for the time being. As long as you stay, you're our guests.
That is very kind of you. Now, Veth, I must ask. We heard there was a medicine woman in town.
Oh, yes, that would be Guthries' wife. Guthries the tanner, you see. Helps me out with tanning in the sheep hides and other animals and things we kill around the village.
I thought Frey was the person we met at the pond.
No,
And how do you get a
Gunther,
tan in these canopies?
think I'm going to try. Petal is the herbalist in town. That's her official title. You can find her in Guthries' house. It's just down the way.
Thank you so much, Veth.
Okay.
And
Uh,
I'll assume that he gestured at a house, and I'll
Yeah.
just step in that direction, but then wait for everyone. Direction.
Did he? Did you say what race he was? Is he an orc as well, or?
So Vep is a halfling man. He is small, even for a halfling. He wears sheepskin and appears to be somewhat meek for a leader, but a kind enough man, it seems like.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock on the door of the building we're supposed to be going into.
Okay, yeah. It's one of the
Oh.
ones that looks a little bit less ramshackle. What were you going to say?
Gunther?
No, it's Gunfeather.
No,
Gunfeather?
it's Gunfrey. God, I don't.
Gumfrey?
You two might be the rudest two people,
uh,
or maybe
Well,
you
that's
just
not
don't know
true.
names.
We
You-
met a guy who bit my head off. How am I the rudest?
No, okay, that's fair. Second and third? Question mark? No, we've met some pretty rude people. I'll we'll just say like fifth and sixth.
Okay, I'm 6th.
What?
Yeah, that works.
Oh,
You guys can, figure that out yourselves.
We'll play a game of devil's dice to figure out who's 5th and who's 6th.
Fine.
Okay.
I'm actually interested in that.
We'll do that later. What was it? Oh, it was Petal, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Miss Petal. Knock, knock, knock.
you hear some footsteps coming from inside, and the door is opened by a dwarvish man. He's built like a barrel, and he is wearing some very torn but patched together clothing. And he says, "Oh, can I help you?"
I extend my hand and say, Petal, nice to meet you.
"Not me. That's my wife."
Oh, can you get her?
"Excuse me?"
Can you get her?
We did call for Petal
Petal.
when we knocked on the door.
Petal.
That was a little rude for you
Petal.
to answer.
"Some people here to see you." And out from behind him, a slight-looking dwarvish woman walks. She is wearing a woven dress, and she has daffodils in her hair. And she says, "Oh, hello. Yes. Who are you? Why did you want me?"
Hi, my name's Kamos. This is my friend Kamos. This is my friend Valandrus, and that's my friend Valandrus. And I point to Henry.
"Oh, this is very inconvenient, isn't it?"
No, it's okay.
Extremely.
Why aren't we telling them our names?
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to talk to my associate Kamos here. And I turn and I say very loudly, Rune, listen, you never tell people your names when you're a pirate, because you don't know if you can trust them.
Right. And
Yeah,
they
exactly.
steal our souls with whatever name is. So don't tell anybody you're Dylan. Don't tell anyone he's Henry. Don't tell anyone he's Valentras.
And that you're Rune.
and that I'm Rune.
Exactly.
Got it.
Perfect.
Got it.
I turn around. Right. My associate Kamos and I were just settling something there.
So your name is Gellin then, and this is Rune.
No, I'm Kamos.
No, don't lie, please.
Okay.
So Gellin, Kamos, is not present, I'm assuming. This is Henry and the rest of you. Right, so what did you want with me?
Did we want with her? You were just very gung-ho about coming here.
Oh, did I not? My bad. I figured, this is out of character, I figured we could find out more about where to find these like plants and things that we're after if we talk to the local herbalist.
Oh, yeah,
For sure.
no, that makes sense.
That tracks.
Yeah, okay. I'll just kind of look at everyone to make sure they're good.
Nod my head.
I get an approving nod from Rune.
I mean, yeah.
Perfect. Miss Petal,
Yes.
we are here because we heard you were the local herbalist. And we're after something that can be found on this island, but is supposedly a little rare, so we were hoping to see if you might know something a bit about it. It's a bit of like a blue-green mushroom.
Oh, you mean
Bugs
wellwort? Grows in the pools in the middle of the island. Wellwort, yes?
Was it bug's root?
We're also looking for bugs root and black crystals.
Oh, well, I can tell you where to find those as well. But
Yes, those things are what we're looking for exactly.
I see. As she is talking to you, Guffrey, the dwarvish man who is her husband, starts to retreat back into the domicile. Whoever wants could give me an insight check.
Oh, absolutely. Valandros loves that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah,
I think Gallen's too focused.
That is a 15 from Rune.
23.
Did you say 23?
Yeah.
Okay. With a 23, you notice something about Guffrey that you didn't notice before. Guffrey has a small colored amulet that he is kind of massaging with his thumb of his left hand. He gives you all sort of a semi-interested look and begins to head back in, but he seems distracted. And with a 23, as he is walking back into the home, you see him angrily eye Petal. But yeah, you are all talking to Petal, and he says, yes, so would you like to know where you can get black crystal and bugswort then?
In addition to the other thing, yes.
Right.
If you'll excuse me for a second, and I step away.
Of course. So here, and she retreats into the house briefly, comes back out with a very crude map of Tiversard, and she circles a bit on the map with a piece of charcoal, and she says, yeah, you can borrow this. This is where the pools are. You can find the wellwort in the pools, and that should be safe enough as long as you're a good swimmer. But the bug's root and the black crystal is going to be another matter. So the bug's root is unfortunately, true to its name, associated with bugs. It grows, well, in hives of some bee-like creatures that you might not find agreeable, unfortunately. They're called jelly hums. What we call them, at least.
Okay.
So be careful about that. The black crystal, they grow on a large beetle. The back of it, actually. The beetles can be found at the foot of the large trees that you see here. And she points, and about like half a mile out in the jungle, you see over the treetops towers this very, very large like tree that looks much taller than the others. And she says, Yes, they live in the roots. You can't let them get away. You have to be very quick about it. And the jellyhums just live in trees. I can't point any out to you specifically, but you can spot their wasps or their nests rather very easily. So just have to look for them.
Got it. Thank you so much. You've been incredibly helpful.
Of course.
And I'll palm the map and go for a handshake.
She gives it to you, and she says, "By the way, do you have a place to stay for the night?"
Oh, right. No.
Ah, well, my house is full, but there are many in town whose houses are not quite as full as mine. I'm sure they would be happy to take you in.
Got it. We'll probably ask our dear friend the hunter, Gunthriethger. I believe he'll have us.
Perhaps not him, maybe Vep, uh, or any of the others, really. Gunther's, well, he's a kind man at heart, but he takes a while to get used to new people.
Well, we've already made his acquaintance, so you know he's the first face we met, and really, I just believe that he's our best shot. And I thank
yelled
you very
at
much.
me.
What?
He yelled at me.
Okay, but I yell at you all the time, and we're still friends.
Yeah, but you didn't start yelling at me when we first met. You
That's
gave me a handshake and then yelled at me.
that's true. Seconds later, actually.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for looking out for us, Miss Petal. And I'll just kind of group up with everyone else.
Of course. And you group up in the middle of the town. So what's the game plan?
So my goal upon stepping away was to try and peer in some windows of their house and see like what the fuck was going on with gun three.
Absolutely. Go ahead, and how are you trying to do this? I'm assuming like stealthily?
Yeah, just stealthily.
Okay.
Looking at some windows.
That good old stealth check.
17.
With the 17, you kind of peel away from the main group and you are able to sneak around the back of the house where a single window sits. You peer in it and you see Guffrey inside, hard at work with a skinning knife, and he is scraping a piece of hide. He's scraping the gristle off the inside of it into a bucket. And you can see he has several others strung up on racks around the house. You see that that pendant I noted earlier. You notice it glimmer. There's a bright emerald of the pendant. And it falls out of his shirt, and he quickly grabs it, opens his shirt collar, and puts it back in. He again, while Petal is talking to the rest of the group up at the front of the house, kind of looks over his back and gives sort of an Petal, for the back of her anyway. That's what you notice.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me. And then I head back to the group when they're done talking.
Okay. Alrighty. So, what is everybody thinking?
Husband was weird, huh?
Yeah, I want to steal his pendant, but I'm not going to because like I don't want to get caught up in another scene and cause you guys any hardships, so I won't. But
Oh, I
definitely
want
weird.
to.
Did you
Get a
see the
pendant?
pendant though? Yeah. It was
What
like
did
it was like amber, and it was like the color of his energy. No, not doing that. It was like I don't know. He just kept rubbing it, and it like fell out of his shirt, and like he grabbed it real quick and threw another look back at his wife and angrily. I don't know. It just seems weird.
That is kind of weird, but I mean, other people's marital disputes aren't really our problem.
Well, if he's mean to Petal, she was nice to us.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if he's mean to her, shouldn't we, I don't know, beat him up or something?
People can be mean to each other.
Yeah,
I-
but
we
like
don't
not
wanna
in like
jump
a
to
loving
conclusions.
way, like a mean
Okay,
way.
what do you mean by mean?
I mean, like he's beating her up and shit.
Okay, if he's abusing her, then sure, let's try and step in. But that's really not our place. This isn't our village. We don't know these people. We don't owe them anything.
But we owe Petal.
No,
She
we don't.
told us where to get the stuff.
And she asked for nothing in return. That's free.
You're right. It is. Okay, yeah.
And besides, we're gonna get the pendant anyway, so that'll be like kind of like a bonus for us. No, we're
Excuse
not
me?
stealing it. No, we're not stealing it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, yes.
I don't think we should go around stealing everybody's possessions, especially since
No.
they've been so kind to us in this village.
Agreed. No.
Hasn't been.
Right.
He's been mean.
That's true. That is very
And
true.
we can steal it on our way out. What are they
Yeah,
gonna do? Go to the mainland?
That's a great point. Honestly, that's a great point. Listen, here's what I want from you, Henry. If you can just help me out, is all I can think about is stealing it now. So I need you to keep me on track.
I'll slap you if you bring it up again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that works for me.
Okay. And he slaps you. He says, "Stop thinking about it."
I was thinking about it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, go for it.
I think Gellin like raised his hand to slap Valandros and then saw Henry do it first and he was like, oh, well, that's
I
fine.
mean, you can slap him too. He didn't say anything about you slap.
That's true. I slap Valandros.
And
You know, the shitty thing is
Beth
that
looks
made
over
sense.
from his pasture and says, "Oh, what's going on over there?"
Abuse.
I see
No,
that."
it's not. Listen, you gotta learn the difference between words.
But yeah, what's the game plan?
I think Gellin doesn't believe in the danger of not getting sleep at night. Plus, we kind of just slept and we just woke up, so I doubt it's that late.
No, not. You
I
have time to
think
do things.
I think Gellin wants to head out and start gathering ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% down with that.
Okay. Where are you guys heading first? Are you heading to the large tree, which is the home of the black beetles, which have the crystals growing on their backs? You heading out to find a hive where you can gather the
Bugs root.
bugs root, or are you heading to the pools?
Closer, the pool or the tree?
The pools look to be the farthest away. The tree is the second, and you don't know where the hives are.
Okay. And of these three ingredients, forgive me for not having them exactly off the top of my head, were all three of them necessary for removing the curse? Or
Not at
was it
all.
one of them was necessary and then two of them were the bonus to not have to pay so much for the chemist?
Yes, exactly. Wellwort, the thing that grows in the pools, is the necessary one.
Okay. I wanna focus that down. It's nice if we get the other things, but we'll figure something out if we can at least get the ingredient.
Yeah, and while we're on our way to get the wellwort, we can look out for the bugs root.
Yeah, exactly. We can keep an eye out for hives while we're on our way to the pools.
Okay. In that direction, you start to head. As you are leaving the town, I want whoever wants to. Actually, no, I'm going to say, Rune, give me a perception check.
Oh no. That is a 25.
Rune, good lord. What?
I see all.
Rune,
Is that the closest you can get to a nat 20 without nat 20?
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a 19.
yikes, your modifier is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
As you are walking out of town, you see Vet, the shepherd, who is kind of just sitting on a post petting one of his sheep, looks at your group, waves to you, and you see that tucked into the lapel of his collar is a small daffodil. And that's it.
Oh my god,
So,
Petal's having an affair.
What is that? How does that mean anything?
Because she had
Um,
daffodils in her hair.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I completely missed that. I was so focused on task focus.
Yeah, she had daffodils in her hair. That's why her husband's so angry at her.
Oh, so I
Uh, yeah.
hate it because I'm gonna have to wait for Connor to get back. How many sheep did you say were in the pasture?
3.
3, and there's so many hides at the tanner's place.
Yep. There is a
Terrifying.
litany of hides. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't like that information, but but Gellin doesn't know it, so we're gonna keep walking.
Okay. So you all walk into the jungle in the vague direction that you saw on the map that was pointed out with a little charcoal is the only way I can say it, circle. And as you head, I'm going to just make a random luck roll, not a luck check because I don't have that list, and you can do that when you're the DM. But
Okay.
Wow.
I rolled pretty low. So you guys unfortunately don't run into any hives on your direct route to the pools at the middle of the lake.
Fair enough.
But as you're making your way there, you eventually come out into a place where the jungle kind of thins out around these volcanic stones which surround these pools. You see a little bit of steam rising up from the pools. There's about 10 of them of varying sizes, but they all look very deep. The water, however, is also very clear. You can see straight to the bottom of the pools where some aquatic foliage grows. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Like to jump in to get that well fort.
Alrighty. Give me a nature check.
Oh no. Oh no. That's an 18.
You jump in, and these pools are very pleasantly warm. It seems like maybe under the island, way under, there is some kind of volcanic activity which is heating these pools, but it seems like a very pleasant temperature. And you start swimming down in the pools, and near the bottom of the pools, you see a blue fungus growing on the rocks. This seems sort of like what was described to you by Gellin, who it was described to by the chemist. It's just sort of this fungus that grows in these pools. You see a few large clumps of it. But yeah, what would you like to do?
Take out my knife and just cut off some.
Okay.
Scrape off some.
Yeah, you scrape a little bit off, and you get about 2 pounds worth of well root before you have to come back up for air.
No, I don't. I breathe water.
You breathe water. You're water
I
genasi.
breathe water.
In that case, you get about 2 pounds of well root off of the initial clump you found.
Nice. I think I'll grab just a little more before going back up.
Okay. You grab just a little bit more, and as you scrape it off a rock, you hear a very shrill, like, shriek in the water as you scrape your knife across a metallic surface. You look down, and under the fungus that you just scraped off, you can see kind of a copper colored plate that was previously hidden by algae and fungus and other aquatic things.
Huh. Okay, so I'm gonna pocket what I've grabbed already, the 2 pounds.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna cast Primal Savagery and take a bite out of the copper so I can get a little bit.
Okay. What?
primal savagery, I grow fangs that drip acid and stuff, so I like to take bites out of stuff.
Okay, well, I guess what? That doesn't mean you can bite metal.
I want to bite it. Acid
Okay,
damage will
all
get rid
right.
of some of it, and then I'll have it.
Give me an attack roll. This is a very high DC because this is a very dumb thing that you're doing. It worked on like a door, but you also
That's
rolled
a
very
nat
high.
20.
Oh, damn it. Um Okay. You bite into this copper plate. It's kind of curved and it's hard at first to get a grip on it with your teeth. But like the true freak you are, you sink your teeth in and an acid kind of spills out of your fangs, which you have magically grown. It corrodes the metal, and you are able to get a very small mouthful of this material as it seems like it's been under the water for a very long time. Usually, you may be able to do this, but because of the amount it's corroded, it comes off in your mouth, and you have a small chunk of it.
Well, I'm gonna swim to the top and spit out the copper and like, hey,
Ah.
Valentros, does that look like the guy's amulet?
Oh no.
He
Oh
said he
no.
was.
He's muted.
He's muted.
He's muted.
This is me, Valendros. Yes. um So you spit it back up, and Gunther, what are you doing during this moment?
Who the fuck is Gunther?
Shit. Energy names. Gellin, what are you doing at this moment?
You're Gunther now.
I'm Gunther now?
Hey, Gunther.
Gellen's just gonna like look at the copper. You said the water was very clear, right?
Yes.
Can I see the copper at the bottom of the well?
Yeah, you see about 20 feet down where the algae and fungus was scraped off, and you see a bright shine of copper material under it.
With a hole in it.
With a hole in it.
With a small bite taken out of it.
Can I pass my gun momentarily to Valendrus and dive into the water and swim down because I also breathe water?
Sure.
I just want to like scrub off more algae and get a look at what this copper is.
Okay. You swim down and you start scrubbing off the algae and fungus that grows over the copper. And you find and that's from Diff Jail. You find a bit of a bust. It is on a large copper plate, and after scraping a bit away, moving some stones, you see that it is a bust of a humanoid creature. The creature looks somewhat like a deer. It has a very cervine head, but it also looks anthropomorphic in a way that a deer doesn't. It has eyes that look humanoid. They look like intelligent eyes. And it is attached in the back to a very large copper plate. The whole thing itself is about 4 feet in diameter. The plate in back is cylindrical. And it looks like it weighs quite a bit. The 2 eyes of the deer-like creature are made of emeralds.
Gotcha. So I think I fully understand. I have no way of retrieving this bust, and I don't think with our group of people we have any way of retrieving it. Can I try and take the emeralds out?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll, I suppose.
Sure. That's a nat 1.
Ooh.
You try and pry the emerald out of the bust's eye, but underwater, you're not getting any leverage under the eye, and your knife slips, and you stab it straight through your hand.
Yeah.
You take 5 damage.
Okay.
Actually, what's the max your knife can do?
I don't have a knife. I was just trying to go at it with my hands.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought you mentioned a knife or something, but that's
But
my bad.
I can say I probably have like a knife in my
All
pack or
adventurers
something.
have knives.
Yeah, that's fine. So a knife does like 1d4 or 1d6 plus dex mod.
Yeah. All right.
1d4,
5
yeah.
damage.
Okay, sure.
With 3 dex mod.
I'm gonna swim down to see if I can help him.
Yeah, you have this knife poking through the other side of your hand, just barely, but it's definitely a serious wound.
That's fine. I'll leave it in.
No.
Okay.
We're underwater. I'm not gonna rip it out underwater.
Fair.
I'll swim back up because I don't know. I'll leave it to Rune if you want to try that.
Yeah, I'll try taking the emeralds out.
Okay. You try. How are you trying to pry him out?
I'll use my dagger that I have.
Okay.
Seeing it went so well.
Sleight of hand roll, Rune.
That's a dirty 20.
You are able to pry the left eye out of the figure. The right eye seems like it's a little bit harder to get out, but the left eye floats up quickly. Excuse me, and you grab it, and you are able to retrieve it. Valandros, what are you doing during all of this? They basically swam down to the pools. They recovered some of the well root, which is a fungus that grows on the rocks at the bottom of this volcanic pool. They found a bust at the bottom of the pool shaped like a anthropomorphic deer creature with emeralds for eyes. The bust itself is pretty much too big to move, but they were trying to get the emeralds out.
And we also found a mouthful of copper.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just like, I'm not like too big on water, like pirate and everything. That's what the whole thing is about. But like, I'm just sitting on like the shore of this little thing and doing the thing where you like clap your hands together, but you snap right before, and just kind of waiting.
Henry is sitting beside you, just kind of fiddling around with some rope in his pack and rearranging things. And eventually, the two of you come back up from the pool, Gellin with a knife through your hand.
Henry, I fricked up. Can you help me?
He
And I just
stabbed
hold my knife.
himself.
I hold my hand up.
Yeah, I suppose so. Here, come here. Give me the... Alright, this is gonna hurt.
Yep.
1, 2, and he yanks it out on 2. He says, alright.
Oh, you piece of shit. Ow.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I told you it was gonna hurt.
I'm just rubbing Gellin's back like, it's okay, buddy.
I'm so glad that that's fresh water and not salt water.
Ooh!
Yeah, he puts some healing into you, and you heal for 12 damage.
Wow, that's so much more than I
Alright.
needed. Thank you. Thank you, Henry.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime. So, what was down there? What did you get?
I spit out the copper and then hold my emerald.
Oh, that's something.
Like
yeah.
the amulet that you saw at the pendant.
Ah.
It does look like the amulet. It's the same type of material that you saw on the amulet around Guffrey's neck.
Alright, so they are connected. How they're connected, nobody knows, but they're connected.
We did get the thing we came for.
Oh, yeah.
And I point it at Rune's
Oh.
backpack.
Yeah, I pull out the well wart. We got this too, I guess important so y'all don't die and everything. Shove it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job. I feel like that maybe should have came up first, but regardless, hell yeah.
I bit copper. Like, I wanted to show somebody.
Wait, you bit the copper.
Yeah,
What? Okay, yeah, no, for
That's-
sure.
that's why I had a mouthful of copper, because I
Yeah,
bit
no.
off the copper.
I just thought you were storing it in your mouth, but no, yeah, absolutely.
I bit it.
I stabbed myself.
And he stabbed himself.
All winning today.
Yeah, just a lot of wins. I
That's
agree.
right, Henry. And I give him a handshake with my bleeding hand.
Oh, no, not gonna shake that. Sorry.
Let's.
Oh, right. You're right.
Let's
My bad.
bandage that.
Thank you.
I wrap it up.
But like you wrap it too much, so my
Yeah.
hand is like immovable and just
It just
huge.
looks like a giant mitten.
Yeah, exactly. I take my gun back.
Oh no. Um, I need Gellin and Valendros to make me a wisdom saving roll.
Oh no. I'm not great at that. Oh no. A 10 from Valendros.
14 for Gellin.
Okay.
Uh-oh, boys.
I didn't
So-
make that okay.
You
I've got
have
another character sheet rolled if you should I get that now or
you have gathered this material, and what would you like to do next?
great.
Not gonna tell us what that roll was
Nope.
for. We're
No,
just
it's fine.
moving on.
It's fine. It's fine. How much time do we have left in the day?
It looks to be early afternoon, so you definitely have time to do at least either the black crystals or the bug's root before nightfall.
I say we go for the black crystals because that we know where it's at.
Yeah.
The which one had the I guess maybe the bugs had the bugs root had like the hornet things or the bee
The
things or whatever.
bees, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I definitely like black crystal then.
Yeah, the black crystals on beetles. Beetles are better than bees.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have more letters in their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all we judge around here.
Uh-huh.
That's why I, Valendros, am the coolest.
That's why when eventually we name that unnamed character, his name is going to include every letter in the alphabet at least once.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Um,
get to work on that, Toby.
Yeah, no, I'm good. By the way, just to clarify, it was Valendros who rolled the 10 for that save.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
I don't love that.
I don't
No,
like the
really,
clarification.
Okay, so you guys are heading.
Oh
it would-
no!
It would almost be better if Toby just went, just to clarify, it was Valendrus that failed that save.
Yeah.
I know.
So you guys head in the direction of the large tree pointed out to you by Petal. It's very evident, even in the dense jungle. You can see it over the roof of the canopies. And after a minute or two, by a minute or two, I mean another hour and a half of travel, you get to the base of the tree. At the base of the tree, you see some large black beetles. These beetles are about 2 feet in length, about 1 foot high, and are scurrying around very quickly. Some have small crystals on their back. You can see ones that look more dark green than black, which have no crystals at all. But you see, actually, I want everybody to give me a perception check.
That is a 9.
All right.
Gel- Gellin got a 6.
Yeah, Valendros got an 8.
Okay, I'll roll for Henry.
Good going, guys.
Oh, thank God. Look at that. Henry got an 18.
Oh, thank God for Henry.
Henry.
Okay. With an 18, Henry looks around and turns around while all of you are looking at the litany of beetles crawling around at the base of this tree. And he says, "Oh, behind us. Look at this." And you all turn around and see a beetle larger than the rest, about 4 feet in length, 2 feet high, with quite a few crystals growing on its back. It's piled high with these quartz-like objects which are growing straight out of its shell, and it looks like it even moves a little slower than the rest. What do you do?
I'm gonna ride it.
No.
Oh no.
No.
I'm gonna jump on that thing's back.
No.
I mean, I feel like there's only one answer to that. You nailed it.
Is that okay? How do
I'm
you...
actually gonna cast Entangle on it.
All right.
Because,
Okay, go for it. It needs to make what kind of save?
That's a good question, ain't it?
You buffoon.
I know this answer. You need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. It gets a 14.
You son of a bitch. That's exactly my spell save DC.
All right, everybody, roll initiative.
Damn it.
That is a 6.
Come on.
I used all my good rolls earlier.
Okay.
15 for Valandros.
15.
Gellin also got a 6, but my initiative is my mod is higher.
Okay, Rune, you rolled a 6 as well.
Yep.
Valandros, what'd you get?
Oh, what did I say? 15.
15.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll roll for Henry. Henry got. Oh my gosh, Henry's has like an initiative thing. He has great initiative. He has an 18. Henry is going just before the beetle itself. So at the start of the initiative, this beetle starts to bolt, and Henry jumps into action and tries to wrangle it down to the ground. He's going to try and halt its retreat. All the other beetles scatter into holes at the base of the tree. So I'm going to try and make a grapple check for Henry.
Okay.
Henry just barely beats out the beetle. This is going to give you one more round to get the beetle before it burrows into the ground. Next is going to be the beetle. The beetle is going to try and break free. And the beetle does break free. So it is no longer held by Henry. But right after that, Valandros, what do you do? Henry just tried to tackle this thing and immediately broke free. It bought you a small bit of time, but it's about to escape.
I mean, I feel bad for taking Rune's thing here, but I want to hop on its back and try and harvest some of those crystals.
Okay. Give me a strength check to try and break them off its shell.
Okay. Not great at this one either. Can I roll athletics?
No, I think this would be a straight strength roll.
Okay. Oh, 21. Oh, not 20, actually.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. You
Go!
break a large crystal off of its back, the largest one, in fact. You just have the one crystal, but it is very large. It looks about about the size of a telescope, like a handheld telescope. And you break it off of its back, and the beetle continues to scurry away. Gellin, it's your turn.
I just want to put out there, even though it failed its strength save against Entangle, the area is still difficult terrain.
It
If
is
that
trying to
matters.
burrow straight downwards.
Gotcha. I understand. In that case, I would like to get to where I am within 10 feet of the beetle. And I would like to try and shoot some of the crystals off.
Okay.
Oh, God, Valandros is there.
If you mess this up, you're going to shoot Valandros.
That's okay. I won't.
Yeah.
All right, make an attack roll.
$17.
You just beat the beetle's AC. You shoot right under Valandros's hand, and it blows off another chunk of crystals, which fall to the ground beside it. Smaller than the first that was broken off, but you definitely gathered some more. Last in the initiative, Rune, what do you do?
Give me a second, sorry. I'm looking at my spells.
Just bite it again.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna bite him.
What? Okay, give me a attack roll with disadvantage.
You're gonna say that acid teeth is weaker than gun?
Yes,
Why?
because it's your teeth, and you're trying to bite an armored beetle.
You're being mean to me.
Are you biting the beetle itself or like a crystal?
A crystal.
Yeah, that's what? Okay, make that roll with disadvantage. You can do everything with your teeth.
Why not?
This is
First
stone.
of all, you don't know. How dare you?
I give.
You have disadvantage.
I know. It's a nat 1.
As you bite into this crystal, you feel that these crystals, although they are able to be broken off the shell, are actually extremely hard. And you chip a tooth on the crystal, and you take 3 damage.
That's fair. Fair, I guess.
That is the end of the initiative. Since it broke free of the grapple, it burrows into the ground, and it's gone. And we are out of initiative order. You were able to gather 1 large crystal and a small clump of about, I'm going to say 3 smaller crystals.
Okay.
Yep. It is getting from the trek, from the pools here to this little adventure you just had. It is getting near late afternoon now.
I'm writing my notes, what I've collected.
Yeah, totally good. Take your time. But yeah, what's Valandros thinking? Do you want to continue trying to gather things, or are you thinking more make it back to the village before sunset?
I turn to Henry and I say, "Slap me, brother, please."
Yeah, okay. He slaps you really hard across the face.
Thank you. Now, what do you
Thinking of
guys?
stealing again?
I don't want to even mention it because now, Henry, I might need another. And I take my slap and I say, "What do you guys think? Maybe we try and get the bug's root, I think it's called, or we call it a night. What do you think? Or call it a day? I guess it's still
Can
not
see if
terribly
we
late."
find it on our way back to the village again.
Yeah. I feel like we should probably, it's going to be too hard to find it at night. So we should head back to the village, see if we can find it on our way back. And if not, we'll grab it in the morning and then set off with our good friend, the captain in Kamos.
Heck yeah.
Okay. You all start to head back towards village. I'll do another luck roll. On a 15 or above, you guys will run to a hive. On your route back, anything less, you will not see one. You rolled an 18.
Hey.
So, here's what happens. On the way back, you start to hear a buzzing noise. This is about an hour into the journey. You come across a large hive which has taken over an entire mangrove tree. From base to tips of the leaves, it is covered in this hive.
That's too big.
Kind of a sickly green color. And these large bee-like creatures buzz in and out of holes in the hive. They're about the size of a fist. And you can see sort of this goopy liquid pouring out of holes throughout the hive. And towards the base of the hive, you can see that the roots of the tree have kind of taken on the sickly green tinge of this liquid dripping out of the holes. And perhaps that is what bug's root is.
Okay. In that case, I don't feel like getting stung by fist-sized bees. So I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Perfect. What is the wording on that?
Fucking words. I know it adds +10.
Holy.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember that's what it does. I believe it just adds +10 to any stealth checks made for the duration, which is, I think, an hour. And you can cast it on literally everybody within a certain radius.
Yep.
So,
Within 30 feet of you.
okay.
Within 30 feet.
You cast Pass Without Trace on the party. You all hear your footsteps fade into the noise of the jungle as they grow silent. So, before we do this little honey heist, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And don't go away because the party's about to die. We'll be back in a few minutes after we take a quick break.
I love that you've done this to me, Toby. Oh, and he's fully gone. He left.
You left, and we're not muted on stream. We have all the power.
Wait, are we actually? Am I alive right now, brother?
Yeah, we're live.
Wow. So for those of you who can hear me, and Toby knows this, although he might not have done it intentionally, my greatest fear in real life are bees and wasps. I freeze up around them, and this is terrible.
Oh no.
I hate this. I don't like it. You want to know what my second greatest fear in the world is?
Sure.
The best way to answer a hive of wasps is fire. My second greatest fear in the entire world is fire. I'm not bothered by like in-game like, oh, I cast fireball and stuff. Like in real life, bees and fire are the most terrifying thing to me. And having to imagine fist-sized bees is giving me conniptions.
Oh yeah, it does make you shiver. It's a rough image.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I don't know if it went through the stream. I kind of hope it did because
All of that went through the stream.
all of that. No, I mean, before when we were describing the fact that it was the entire mangrove tree was bees, I just whispered, "That's too big."
I did hear that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a little too big. Is everybody back or is
No, Alex is downstairs.
Gotcha.
They'll be back in a moment. Eco, I mean, you have to be able to put up with the bloodborne spiders because eventually that means you can talk to Patches, and that's just worth it.
I typically don't like spiders in any game. Like in oh man, I forget what even it was. The ants in kind of like that for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
that-
were scary. They were
Dude,
big
that-
boys.
The hand spiders in
Oh,
Elden Ring were
freaking,
like
I
that for
hated
me,
those.
dude.
I
Oh,
hate
those
that.
were horrible, dude.
It like
That was the first time I got scared in Elden Ring was when the hand jumped out when I went to
Yeah.
Carrion Manor.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, you do get I do know that you got physically like very scared at the smallest spider. Oh, y'all should have seen outside my dang door the other night. I came home like really late. I forget what I was doing, but I went to open my door and like sitting on my door was like a 3-inch wolf spider, like massive wolf spider, and it was just on my door, and I was like, oh, I can't open my door because it's just gonna get in.
Yeah.
Because it's like right at the edge, like it was trying to like get in. And I literally sat there for like 10 minutes and I was like, I don't know what to do. I
Did you
can't.
burn it down?
No, so what I ended up doing is I tried to kind of get around it. I opened the door just very slightly and then I slammed it like a few times until the spider ran away. And then I was able to open my door and get back home. I legit sat there for like 10 minutes.
That's rough. I have no problem with spiders. I'm totally fine with them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't like mind spiders, but like, I also don't like spiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been pretty chill with spiders. It grosses my mom out because I'll like if I notice a spider crawling on my arm, sometimes I'll just leave it there just to bother my mom if we're in the
Yeah.
same room. Because I'm okay. Like normally I'd be like, ooh, get off of me. I don't want you there. But if I can bother someone by saying like, hey, look at this guy, and I'll hold up my hand with a spider on it, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Absolutely.
that. Yeah,
No.
like that's where I draw the line with spiders. So, like, if they're on me, yeah, it's off instantly.
Honestly,
I don't.
what's worse than spiders for me is like I really don't like centipedes, stuff like that, or like silverfish.
Oh yeah, they can be creepy.
They're just that's the perfect word for it. Just creepy.
Yeah. It's too
You
many
should
legs.
you should play Sekiro,
No, I'm
the
good.
prior game.
I'm alright. Good. I'm straight. I'm cool.
I understand. No, there's a whole section of Sekiro that is just people that have been infested with centipedes.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was super cool, but very disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh man. But anyway, all this to hype you up for that this fun bee encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun bee encounter.
Fun
Alex
bee
is on their
times.
way. I see
Okay.
them out
Okay.
my window.
Oh, I see.
They're outside,
I see.
returning quickly with food.
Oh my god. Dang, I already ate all my food. This is a true story, and I'll just tell this again. I briefly mentioned it before we started the stream. I went to Wawa to get a quesadilla, and because I didn't feel like cooking dinner, I had to work kind of late. And outside the Wawa, there was a man, and in the man's hand was the man's peen, and he was just kind of
No.
holding it. And it wasn't directly outside the Wawa, but it was like across the street. And yeah, it was just rough. But yeah, there's this woman in the Wawa trying to get like this poor cashier to do something about it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I can't. Like, obviously, like, what do you want me to do?"
Alex and I went to a what was it? Was it like a Fast Mart or some smaller gas station at some point near where our apartment used to be? We went to a gas station and saw this lady just like step out of her truck, squat a little, and then heard the sound of water hitting the ground
Ew,
underneath her, and we were like, "Whoa, all
damn.
right." And then we just kept going with our lives.
Some people just, don't care so much anymore.
Hey, you know what? I respect it. Your pee belongs on the earth, so you should just put it directly in the earth
Or on the pavement.
or on the pavement. I mean, the pavement is just the earth that we made.
Exactly. What a wonderful conversation.
So,
Spiders
anyways,
and phobias.
welcome back to Luck Check. Um, this is all going on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting out any of this.
No, we don't know how to edit. Um, yeah, no, some people just want what they want, and what they want to do is hold their peen outside of Wawa.
So true.
Be like that sometimes.
It's crazy kids.
Just guy things.
just boy things.
Hashtag.
Okay. We are gonna hop right back in. So, you have just cast Pass Without Trace rune. You are confronted with this tree entirely covered from stem to tips of the leaves in a hive, fist-sized bee wasp type creatures with a blue stripe that goes from the top of their head back to the start of their stinger, fly in and out of many, many holes in the hive itself. So, you have just cast Pass Without Trace. How are you approaching this?
Stealthily.
Stealthily, yeah. Gellin would like to do something here. And by Gellin, I mean me. And by me, I mean Gellin.
Okay.
I'm going to hold everyone's hand
Aw.
Aw.
and make sure that everyone's like in a group around me. And then I am going to use my my channel divinity of my marine layer channel divinity, and I create a 20-foot radius of fog that follows me for 10 minutes. Me and allies within 5 feet of me view the fog as lightly obscured, while everyone else views it as heavily obscured.
Hmm.
Does that mean we get advantage on our stealth checks?
Yeah.
It means,
Sounds
yeah.
like it.
I'll give you advantage on your stealth checks for that. That's
Advantage N plus 10. Hell yeah.
it's very good. I want everybody before you start sneaking up this tree to give me a history check.
Sure.
Not so smart.
That's a nat 1 for Rune.
Oh, I'm okay. I got a 19.
Okay. With a 19, you remembered these creatures when Petal said their name. These are Jellyhum. They're a breed of wasps which was magically created for a war a long time ago. For somehow aboard a ship or some other way, they have migrated here to the Scattered Isles. They are an extremely dangerous breed of wasps which have a psychoactive venom. If you aren't treated immediately after you are stung, you can basically take some severe like poison damage over time, and if you get stung enough, you will flat out die.
I
So,
convey that to the group.
I
as
wish you hadn't told me that, but thank you.
Hey, hey, I feel like I need to say this. I hate this. I hate this.
It's okay.
as
We
you are
have
as you are
Pass Without Trace, and I am emitting fog from my gills.
as you are saying that, Rune, you are trying to remember what these were. It's just on the tip of your tongue. It's just on the cusp of your mind. And when Valendros says what they actually are, you start. And when you start, you trip over a nearby root and you fall to the ground. I need you to immediately give me a stealth roll.
I was gonna try and like catch her, but catch them, but this is for the nat 1, correct?
This is for the nat one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a 28.
Without advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you're fine. They don't notice you.
Wait, I didn't even add my regular stealth. That's a 30.
Okay, yeah, you're totally fine. You get a little bruise, but you don't take any damage, and they are unaware. So, how are you approaching this?
Stealthily.
Sure.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I think.
yeah.
Sorry, I think I realize we don't all need to go do this. So I think I should go since the fog centers around me, and everyone else should stay back for now.
But I want to roll with plus 17.
I mean, you can come with me. Maybe me and Valendros go. But everyone else stays back to like drag us out if needed. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'll tie a rope around my foot
Yeah.
and leave it with Henry and Rune. And I'll toss a rope to Valendros to do the same. That way you can drag us out if things go bad.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I need stealth rolls from you two.
It's plus. Okay, perfect.
Plus advantage plus 10. Just
Oh,
ridiculous.
Valendros, you
no.
madman!
That's
Oh my
a
God.
37, man.
Oh my
Well, nat
gosh.
20, but yeah.
Good lord.
Gellin, without a nat 20, got a 26.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to roll plus 17.
You
God, I love Pass Without a Trace.
It's just insane. I didn't know it existed.
you are able to sneak up to this hive. You bend down near the base of the tree, and you see these dark green, sickly colored roots. How do you want to extract them?
I'd like to use my knife
Oh,
that
no.
we all know
Yeah.
about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to carefully and quietly cut a few of the roots loose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Valendros, are you helping out, or are you just standing there?
Oh, absolutely. I'm helping that.
Okay. I will need one more stealth roll from you as you try to extract these roots.
I believe in you.
That's a 33.
Go.
And Valendros?
Oh, for me as well. My apologies. My apologies. 27.
Valendros, as you are cutting these roots out, a wasp bee, I'll just call them jelly hums because that's what they're called, flies out of the hive right next to your head. It doesn't notice you, but it flies in a lazy semicircle and lands directly on your back. For the time being, it thinks you are part of the tree. But obviously, standing up is going to complicate that. You are both able to acquire. Roll me a d6, whoever wants to.
I got it.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, 3 roots of bug's root.
Probably enough. We should go.
Valendros, how are you going to stand up?
I'm like, not. You know what I mean?
Gillen, do you want to do anything to help out, or anybody else? Can see what's happening.
No one else can see what's happening because they're not within 5 feet of me, so they see this
Oh.
as heavily obscured.
I see.
Gellen's innate instinct is to shoot this with a gun, but that's not what he does. That is not what he does. I have on my person a amount of paper used for cartography. I would like to take a hefty bit of that paper and just gently place it on Valandris's back in the direction of the Jellyhum's head so that it's like right in front of it.
Perfect. I think I know what you're trying to do. So give me a sleight of hand roll as you try and basically lift this thing off.
I just want to gently inch it towards the Jellyhum so that it naturally steps on top of it, because bugs do that.
Okay.
You stab yourself in the hand again.
I've sheathed my knife at this point.
Or cut yourself.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, let's go.
Perfect.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
The Jellyhum
Thank
steps
you.
onto the piece of paper. It walks up towards your hands, turns around in a circle, flies away back into the nest. You guys are able to get out of there scot-free.
As soon as we get far enough away, I deactivate the fog cloud and I start booking it through the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Galen, that's the wrong direction.
I don't care. Okay, I follow.
Perfect. You have gathered all the ingredients mentioned to you by the chemist, mainly without injury, except for one or two small incidents.
I think
And
stabbing your hand is a small
or breaking a
incident.
tooth, yeah.
Yeah.
You get back on the trail towards the village. It is now drawing near dusk, but not quite yet. You have made good time, and you are eventually able to get back to the village before the sun sets. Once you make it back into the village, it's eerily quiet. You don't see anybody outside. The doors and windows of all the houses are closed, and the sheep don't even bleed pasture. In fact, the fence that covers the sheep pen, the outskirts of the sheep pen, is basically covered in branches and palm leaves, and the sheep are all resting at the center of it. It looks like it's camouflaged. Where do you go?
Boopy.
Listen, nothing's scarier than what just happened. I don't give a shit about any of this. I'm fine now.
I guess we knock on a random door.
Yeah, I feel like we could knock on someone's door. Well, the only door we know is Petals, so I guess we go to a random one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a D10.
Knocking check. Oh.
I just
I'm
want to
sorry,
see
what's up?
who's. Just roll me a D10. I want to see whose place you go to.
Please be Gunthers. Please be Gunthers. Please be Gunthers.
That's a 5.
Okay. You head towards a house that looks a little bit more ramshackle than some of the other ones, but it doesn't look too bad. You knock on the door. The door is quickly opened by Bep, the shepherd.
Nice.
Bep looks at you nervously, looks around as he opens the door, just cracks it barely, and he says, get inside. You never know when it's going to be coming.
Night, we heard.
Right. Quickly now. In you come.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll step inside.
Mm-hmm.
You step inside, and you see that his place, while ramshackle on the outside, is cozy on the inside, although he has only a single candle burning. The windows are all battened up like the other houses, and they are bolted down. Whoever wants can give me a perception check as you enter his house.
Gellen got a 10.
I got a 12.
Okay. As you enter his house, on the outside, Rune, you notice some deep gorges in the wood on out of his house. They almost looks like claw marks, and that's all you notice. As you enter, he shuts the door quickly behind you and bars it. He says, "Right now, have to be very quiet. Understand that's going to be hard for the entire night. Speak. It's just the way of the village. It's been that way for some time now. I'm
So,
sorry."
how long you been sleeping with Petal?
Excuse me?
You got the daffodil. Like
He
petals.
looks to his collar and quickly rips the flower out of his collar and he says, "That, no. You have the wrong idea. That's not, no. Can't go throwing around accusations like that in a small town like this. You don't know how rumor spreads."
Sorry.
It's
I
fine.
only talked to you about it, so like.
It's true, I suppose, but please no more. It's dangerous. You never know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have little food, but there's some dried meat. If you want to split that, you can. It's the rest of my dinner. I'm sorry I can't offer more, but we can't have a fire lit at this time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely go grab some of that food.
Yeah. What are you doing, Galen?
I think I'm gonna like listen to his warning and just like keep my voice as low as possible.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna ask him. I do want to ask you, where did this meat come from?
Oh,
As I'm eating it.
would be Gunther. Goes out and he gathers it in the forest. Get much wildlife around here, but somehow he always seems to find it. Brings it back, and we're grateful for it. It's hard to grow crops in this ground. It's clay. It's not soil.
You don't think this is Captain Hellman, do you?
No, that's not.
For a second, though, when he said this is Gunther, I thought it was Gunther.
You have to understand my concern. You have 3 sheep in the pen.
Right. Yes, we mostly grow them for the wool. We only eat them once in a while, and not if we can help it, when the food is scarce.
Right, that's fine. But my question is, why then does the tanner have so many pelts?
Oh, well, those would be from Gunther. He brings them in. Don't know where he gets them, but he just brings us pelts. He often cuts them off, whatever he kills, before he brings it into town. It's easier for him that way, so he says. It's hard for him to carry an entire animal, I suppose. But he really skins them and brings it into town, and the meat really provides for the town. I know he's not the easiest fellow to get along with, but at heart, he's a good man.
All right. Thank you for answering my questions. And I'll just kind of group back up with Valandris, Henry, and Rune. Um,
Can I ask one more question?
Shoot.
Okay, so when we got the well wart, there was a copper statue at the bottom of the pond.
Oh, I haven't seen anything like that before.
Okay, because apparently, what's his Gumfrey?
Gunfrey. Yes.
Gunfrey, yeah, he has a pendant that was eerily similar to said statue.
Oh, yes, I saw him with that. That's new, actually. He found that a few days ago. I don't know where he got it, but maybe that's where, I suppose. He could have found it down there.
Just
And I mean, while we're just having, chit chat, uh, why do you have that daisy?
It really, it's not any of your concern. To be honest, a man can have his things. It's mine, and I don't need to explain myself. I've given you shelter, and I've given you food. It's time that maybe we should be quiet.
I'll kind of like step in and be like, right, thank you very much. And I'll just kind of pull everyone back into a corner of the room where we can huddle for a second.
All right.
I think, and it might just be too certain that I'm not sure I want to be certain about it. But Gun 3 Thalin Thargandar seems to be the one responsible for a lot of mysteries around this town, doesn't he? You telling
Yeah.
me that hunter who is so bad at catching fish that he startled and let them all get away and was standing in a small puddle looking for trout? You're telling me he manages to catch a full thing, enough pelts for the entire village to not go cold, enough meat for the entire village to eat every single day, and he takes care of it all by himself and no one knows where he gets it from?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like I had to catch the fish for him, you know? Yeah.
It's like he might just be trading with a boat or something.
That's also a good point. I could see
Maybe.
that.
Is there like in the windows, are there any like slits or is it like completely boarded you can't see outside?
There is some very small slits. You can look out if you want to.
Yeah, I'm definitely turn back to the group after noticing that. I'm just gonna, I don't know, just peek outside for most of the night here. Uh just to see what's going on. If you need
Okay.
me, just tap on me.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and I go do that.
The night draws in. You all quiet down, as does, I'm assuming anyway, so you don't want to, as does Vep. And around 12 o'clock, are most of you sleeping? Are some of you still up?
I'm up for sure.
Okay.
Think I passed out after 10 minutes of being silent.
Just couldn't handle it anymore.
I think Gellen's up.
Okay. You hear a small tapping on the back side of the hut. It's in a very regular pattern. It goes tap, 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 scratch. Hear it for a long time. Then you hear it on a different side of the hut. Tap, 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 scratch, scratch, longer and deeper this time. And then a long pause. And then on the side of the house you are looking out, Valandros, you hear very loudly in front of you tap, 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 scratch, and it digs into the wood of the wall of the house. But you don't see a thing.
Hmm.
The door begins to rattle, and Vep wakes up, as do you, Rune and Henry, and Vep just looks terrified. You hear scratching, very monotonous and slow, on the door. What are you all doing?
I very quietly uh, draw my dagger and my whip.
The rest of you?
Uh, I think I'm grabbing my scimitar out.
Yeah, I think I'll pull out my gun in one hand and have the other hand like over my mouth to try and make it so that I'm not making noise.
Okay. Henry readies as well. He draws a light crossbow and readies himself, pointing it at the door. The scratching continues and it starts to intensify. And then it stops. What do you all do?
I just stay there. I
Okay.
think Gellin is probably frozen solid in fear.
I quietly walked back over to Gallon and just whisper. Um. And this isn't a whisper, but for audio purposes, I'm not going to whisper. I couldn't see it. Nothing was there.
I whisper back, even though I'm right next to Galen. Do you think it's not real then? Or just invisible?
I just hold my finger up to my mouth in like a shut the fuck up manner.
As
Why
you
are you
start
talking?
to whisper, the scratching comes back, and it starts getting frantic, and the wall starts shaking. And Vep looks over at you, terrified, with just why? Why would you say something? Expression on his face. And the door starts to rattle on its hinges, and it looks like it's going to break inward. What do you do?
I charge the door and try and hold it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Fucked. 17.
Hey,
Okay.
Tovi.
Yeah.
This is some horror movie shit.
You brace the door, and the thing on the other side is just stronger than you, and you're barely able to hold it for the time being. But you know you don't have this door for long. Whatever this is going to get in. What are the rest of you doing?
Gellin would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay, what does that do?
So within 60 feet of me, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me. I know its type, whether it's celestial fiend or undead, and I know if of any place or object in that area that has been consecrated or desecrated.
You cast this, and you feel nothing.
Okay.
You get a ping from me, I'm sure.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
fallen celestial. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I think Gellin notices like it tells me where it is, so I know that it's from you because I can see you.
Good. Yeah, good.
So I think I'll just kind of look at you weird, but then be like, "This is not important," and I'll run up and start holding the door as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a joint strength check. One more.
Oh no.
Gellin got an 11.
Valandros got a 4.
Okay. As you go to hold this door, the banging, the scratching, it all stops. It grows dead quiet. And then the door bursts inward. It tackles you two over. You're pinned under the door. And you all need to give me some initiative rolls.
Oh no.
My bad, guys. My bad. This is on me.
It's all good. It's all good, bro.
I don't like this.
All right. Gellin got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Rune got an 8.
Okay.
15 for Valandros.
15 for Valandros. I'm going to roll for Henry. Henry got a 24. He has a +5 to initiative rolls, and he rolled a 19. And then I'll roll for this thing who got a... I won't tell you. Okay. So, first in the initiative is Henry. As the door bursts open, you see nothing. It's completely empty. The doorway is not filled by a single thing. But under the door, you feel an intense weight on the door. Like this thing is pressing down on you. Henry looks around, and he is just going to fire a bolt out the door. He doesn't know what he's going to aim at, so he's going to roll with disadvantage. He rolls a... Let's see. That's going to be a 7 + 2. Completely misses. The bolt flies clear out the door, and whatever this is unharmed. Next in the order is going to be Val. What do you do?
Gellin got higher than I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gellin, sorry, you should be next. You're right.
You're good.
I just had you in a weird order. So,
Yeah, no problem.
Gellin, what do you do?
I'm like pinned under the door with Valendress, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can I try and like scoot back a little bit to get out from under the door, or am I like truly pinned down?
No, you are not truly pinned down. And in fact, I have an Owlbear Rodeo set up for this.
Let's go.
Except I thought you were going to fight this thing in a different location. So it's just going to be a plain map because I had no idea where this battle was going to take place, but I'll post that in the Discord. And there you go. The password is DND, and I will pull that up for the rest of the stream as well. So let me do that. And oh, there we go. Okay. So go ahead and put your character tokens in there. I'm going to draw a very like crude thing for the house that you are in. The house that you are in is about this dimension. So front door is here. I'm gonna move your characters around for you. Yeah, that's actually perfect. You are right there. Henry is directly over there. Val is different token for Val. Val is cowering in the corner.
You mean
on his-
Vep?
Or Vep, I'm so
Vep.
sorry.
It's okay.
Vep is cowering in the corner under his sheets. If I can rename him. And let me go ahead and zoom into this on stream so y'all can see it just a little better. So, you are under this door, but you can squirm out from under the door. It's just going to take pretty much all of your movement to get out from under the door and move like one square in any direction.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, I want to use all of my movement to move one tile to my left.
Okay, perfect.
From there, I would like to directly over Val, like across to this part of the map.
Uh-huh.
I'd just like to fire a gunshot.
Okay, give me an attack roll with disadvantage.
For sure. That'll be a 13.
Let me check. That doesn't quite do it. You fire wide and the ball goes into the wall.
Okay. And then I would like to cast Shield of Faith onto Val, I think. So that's going to give you a +2 to your AC.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to be this creature. This creature looks, or does it? You don't know. It's going to take a slam attack on Val trapped under the door.
Do I have half cover or something?
It rolled a nat 20.
It doesn't matter, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it does. So it's going to go ahead and do that's going to be 19 damage.
I die.
You're
Or
dead?
I faint.
You're faint?
Yeah. Yes.
You're down?
I'm down.
Okay. It takes this attack and immediately knocks out Val.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just do some shopkeeping here. He has to go. I have to go under how much for it to be an instant KO?
Your complete health.
So I have to be okay. So I have
Like
18 health.
negative
I would have
health.
to be negative 18.
Yep, exactly.
I just want to double check. You did gain health on level up to level 3, right?
Yeah, but I only have 18 hit points. And I took 5 from the snake, so I was only at 13.
Ah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. You are down. That
I'm down.
sorry.
No.
Okay.
All good.
Next in the initiative is Rune. What do? You just saw Val get absolutely smashed into the floorboards.
Do we do death saves here?
Yes, we do. But you'll do that on your next turn.
On my next turn. Okay.
As a bonus action, I wild shape into a Spider King.
What?
What's up?
You heard me.
What does that mean?
I'm a king of spiders, bitch.
That's not a real monster.
Yes, it is.
A canon D&D monster?
Yeah, it's from one of the new fucking books.
Huh. What CR rating is it? Can you actually do that level 3?
Yeah, the CR rating 1 because I'm a moon druid.
Okay.
That is a CR1.
Okay. You wild shape into a Spider King, and that's a main action, right?
Nope,
No.
because they're a moon druid.
Oh.
Moon druids are busted.
I have 2 heads
You do have 2 heads.
Huh.
and blind sight of 10 feet, which means I can sense things without needing sight. Where they are.
Interesting. That's very smart. Okay. You sense directly over the door this large creature that you cannot see.
Okay.
Other important note, that's a large-sized creature, so you become bigger.
Wild.
I am a large beast.
This creature is, I described it as large. It's like medium large. It is not a large size creature. Like,
But I'm
mechanically.
large.
Okay.
I'm large.
Nice.
Sure. All right. So what do you do?
I'm gonna bite it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Just
Yeah.
normal.
That's a nat 20 plus
Let's go.
5.
Good lord. Do that
Let's
damage.
go.
Okay. Which one's the 8? Why do I fuck this up every time? And also, can he make a con check? Con saving throw, I mean.
Can it make a con saving throw?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I got a 19.
Fuck you.
All right.
Also, it takes 7 damage.
Dang, you really built that up.
You
Cool.
crit him, so he takes more than that.
Oh, right. I did crit him.
Okay.
And it still takes the poison damage just half as much.
Right. Okay. So,
Do you want me to roll for you?
no.
No, because you're rolling a lot of dice, so let me just roll it on the Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's going to be 48.
Yeah.
No, it's going to
Dang.
be 68.
Oh my
And then-
gosh. What?
Well,
Wait. No, let's. Okay. So the 2d8 for the poison damage should be separate because it gets halved.
yeah, but you crit, so that's 48.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So he takes half of 25, so however you want to half that is poison damage.
Okay.
And then he takes 16 piercing.
Wow. Insane. Okay. Here's what happens.
I forgot.
16 piercing. Okay. Here's what happens. You turn into this spider, and Vet just freaks out. He just flips his crap. Like, he is just having the worst day. And you skitter over with your blind sight. You sense exactly where this thing is in the room, standing on top of the door over the now unconscious Val. And you take a bite out of its shoulder, and the bite is deep, and a black fluid visible to everybody starts flowing out of the wound. You can all see this wound that's coming out of very dark gray skin that's drawn tight, and this black, like, oozing blood is flowing out of the wound. At the end of your turn, assuming you don't have any more actions or bonus actions,
Nope.
that's going to be Vep. Vep is going to try and just book it out a back window, but it's going to take an action to basically bar the window. So he is going to move 10, 20, 30. He'll dash to the window, which is on this side right here. I'll draw it like that. And on his next turn, he's going to try and unbar that. Back up to the top of the turn order, that is Henry. Henry sees Val go down, and he drops his crossbow, starts humming these arcane words under his breath, and he, let's see, blah blah blah. Wow, I can just, that's not even a touch thing. Okay, he casts the remedy hex on you, Val. You regain, find my d10 real quick. It's
Yeah,
just
user.
such a good dang hex. You regain 8 points, hit points.
Nice.
Thank God, Henry. I was not wanting to waste my whole action on lay on hands. I would have done it, all right? I would have done it, but thank God, Henry.
And that is his entire action. So, after Henry's turn, that's going to be, I believe, you, Gellin.
So, Rune, we never moved Rune over, but is Rune like closer to here now?
Yes, exactly. Rune would be adjacent to the door.
Okay. But you said that there was like this black goo coming out that everyone can see.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to take a step forward onto the door. Sorry, Val. But just so that I'm within 5 feet of it,
Okay.
I want to stab it with my rapier, just at the part that I can see that is bleeding.
Okay, make me a normal attack roll.
For sure. That's an 18 to hit.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to use a level 1 Divine Smite on this.
Yeah.
That's going to be 11 piercing damage and 8 radiant damage, so for a total of 19.
Incredible. You smite into this thing. What does it look like?
Yeah, so again, Gellin smites are kind of like less divine energy and more like this just like coursing wave of like water and wind starts to course around his rapier, and it just like goes around it in a spiral. And then when I stab into this thing, it'll like almost like a wave crashes onto it, and that's what my divine smites look like.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna be my whole turn.
Perfect.
I don't have any bonus actions to use.
I'm going to put this token down on top of Val. That is the creature. You can all see at least a part of it now.
Okay.
So, after you do this, it cuts into another part of the creature. You see this black liquid, this blood oozing out of side. And Val, what do? It's still standing on top of the door, so you need to use your entire movement to move square adjacent.
Bloop. I just moved back, and I will just whip it. Whip it good.
Perfect.
No, actually, no. Yeah, we'll whip it. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna whip it. Keep it simple. Okay, maybe not 13.
With a 13, you whip it, and it just cracks right over his shoulder. You just barely miss this thing. Any bonus action?
We no, definitely not. Actually, give me 1 second. Let me look this up.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I can't do that anyway. Okay. Yeah, that is it for me.
Perfect. At the end of your turn, this thing is going to go, and Rune, you hear it with your what was that feature called again?
Blind sight.
Blind sight. You hear it drop down onto all fours. This thing is in attack mode now. It thought this would be easy, and it's gearing up for battle. It knows you are a real threat. It's going to take a multi-attack this turn. It's going to target you, Rune, since you are the one that damaged it, and Gellin. It rolls on you, Rune. See real quick. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You just take 9 damage.
Okay.
It turns to Gellin, and it rolls an 11.
Not gonna hit.
Okay, perfect. It is going to use its bonus action to attempt to turn invisible again. And it does. You see the blood that was seeping from it fade back into like non-view, and the only one who can sense where it is anymore is you, Rune. You get an attack of opportunity as it tries to move away.
Is that against passive perception, or is that just like its own ability where he like legit turns invisible?
It actually turns invisible.
Okay.
Yes. All to Rune, who can take an attack of opportunity.
17.
17 does hit. What do you do?
Nice.
Nice. I bite it.
Perfect. How much damage?
Okay. D8 plus 3.
And it needs to make the con save again.
And it needs to make the con save again.
Okay, perfect. It rolls not very well. Probably it fails. That is going to be an 8.
It fails!
Let's go.
So 2d8.
Yeah. So it's gonna take 9 piercing damage, and then they're rolling the poison right now.
Perfect.
11 poison.
11 poison plus 9 piercing, so 20 overall.
Yes.
Let's go.
Excellent. This thing moves past you, Rune. You hear it move towards the back corner of the... And it is your turn.
I'm gonna web it. I'm gonna web him.
All right, what does that do?
I make a ranged weapon attack, and the target is restrained by webbing if I hit.
Okay.
That's another nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
I am
Yes.
looking. It is legit.
Wow.
In your benefit here, Toby, it doesn't deal any damage. It is unseen.
Yeah.
But it is another.
But we
nat
can all
20.
see where it is.
Yeah, and he's restrained.
Okay, excellent. It is restrained. What does that mean? It just like has to take a action to break out?
Yeah, a DC 12 strength check.
Okay. You can see when you web it that it is over here by Vep.
Oh no.
At the end of... Is that an entire action to break out, or is that bonus action?
An entire action.
Got it. It's going to be Vep's turn. He's going to try and unbar this window. He doesn't quite make it this turn, but he gets a bit of the window open, just not quite enough to slip out. At the top of the order, that's going to be Henry. Henry is going to take offensive action for the first time.
Let's go, Henry.
He is going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this thing. He can kind of see, as long as he can actually do that. Let me check and make sure. Dissonant Whispers. One creature that you can hear. Wait, oh, that can hear you within range. Okay, so he can. So it's going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, nice. That didn't
And
happen.
it rolled in at 20, so nothing happens. I think. Let's see.
The swingiest fight.
Dangerous around the crab. It takes half as much damage, sorry. So it's going to take 9 damage, which is halved from what he rolled on Dissonant Whispers. Okay,
Good job, Henry.
he did his best. After his turn, it's going to be you, Galen. What do you do?
I just want to ask for recharging abilities purposes,
Mhm.
but was the rest that we took earlier before this thing showed up, did that count as a short rest? Like, I'm not saying we reroll hit dice because we didn't do that, but like, would I regain Channel Divinity?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, I can see this thing because I can see the webbing.
Yes.
I would like to use my bonus action to use my other Channel Divinity option called Fury of the Tides.
Okay.
For 1 minute, when I hit an enemy with a weapon attack, and I have to choose the weapon right now, I'm infusing my gun with Fury of the Tides. When I hit an enemy with a weapon attack, I can push them 10 feet. If they hit an object, they take damage equal to my Charisma modifier.
Wow.
So I'm going to infuse my gun with Fury of the Tides. That's again just like a swirling, like maelstrom of like clouds and like waves start spiraling around the barrel of my gun. I want to take my 5, 10. Are diagonals 5 feet for you?
For simplicity's sake, I'll say.
Okay. I just want to get so that I have a line of sight on the thing without shooting through anyone. I'll just get to there, and I want to take a shot with my gun.
Okay.
That's going to be an 18.
An 18 hits.
Okay. So that is 11 piercing damage. Then he is pushed 10 feet into the wall behind him, and he takes another 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So he's like pushed into the corner there.
Gotcha. So how much damage do you take?
11 piercing and 3 bludgeoning, so 14 total.
Okay. All right.
And any attempt to be stealthy, I know I already shot my gun once, but any attempt to be stealthy is over, as this makes a massive like thunderclap sound as I fire my gun with the Fury of the Tides.
Got it. Okay. On this, it's actually Val. Your turn right now.
Oh, nice. Val will. This seems risky, but this is why we play this class, for the risk. At the beginning of my turn, I will use Masochism
Okay.
and stab myself with my dagger. So at the beginning of your turn, you can deal 1d10 hit points of damage to yourself, which cannot be reduced. Till the end of turn, your attacks deal an additional 1d10.
Wow.
So I will roll a d10.
Don't go down again.
Yeah, if I go down, I go down. Whoops.
To be clear, okay, nice.
Nice, perfect. Just 2. So I took 2. Okay. And then I will use a bonus action called Steady Aim. As a bonus action, give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on this current turn. You can't use this bonus action if you've moved. So I haven't moved. I'm just going to stand still.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw my dagger at the guy.
Do it.
Advantage. That's a 24.
That hits.
All right. And then, because I got a homie within range, that's a sneak attack as well, I think.
If Veep is our out, well, you had
Yeah.
advantage on the roll, so you have sneak attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did have advantage on the roll anyway. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So that will be 1.
Also, his name is Veep right now.
It is
I hope
Vep,
that's attention.
not Veep.
It's on Owlbear, it's Veep.
I understand.
What is this? Okay, so that's +3. I am just ruining all of this. All right, so the dagger deals max damage 7, and then sneak attack will do.
If you want, Connor, in the future, you can do after the D4, you can do plus and then the amount of D6 you want to do, and then plus the modifiers.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then so altogether he takes 7, 8, and 9. So it's gonna be 24.
24 damage.
Is that math correct?
Damn.
That would look like that if you want to do it that way.
Okay, so let me do this math real quick.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you throw this knife into this thing's shoulder, and again, you see this black liquid just spurt out as it's covered in this spider web. But it is right next to somebody it wants to attack, and it's going to take a multi-attack.
Oh no.
It hits
Restrained can attack.
both
Ouch.
times. Restrained can't attack?
I'm double checking. I don't think
Yeah.
that's correct.
I don't think that's correct either. I think you guys
Um,
can't move.
Yeah, he can move, or he can't move. He can attack at disadvantage, though.
Okay, let me roll again. Okay, that
Oh.
was higher both times.
And his attacks attack rolls against the creature have advantage as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's fine.
All right.
That's on us for not realizing that.
That's going to be, let's see, real quick. Sorry, give me a second to add this up. That would be, I really max rolled that. 28 damage as he breaks Vep's neck and just throws him across the room into the wall.
Oh no.
Vep is dead
Oh no.
as he crumples into a heap.
Hmm.
Rune, it is your turn. This thing is still restrained.
I'm gonna walk over to it and bite it again.
All right. Can you reach it?
What's your Spider King movement?
Gotta be 1,000.
Yeah, Spider King famously got about 1,000 movement, got about 10,000 HP.
I got 30 feet movement. Can I
Okay,
reach
so let's
him?
see. 10, 20, not quite. At least with the math I'm doing. So 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't think you can.
All right.
Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Who just did that?
Me.
Is that right? Can they reach it?
If your diagonals are 5, I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Maybe I did that wrong.
Yeah,
first.
You did it
25,
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
30 gets you here.
Okay, so you can't quite reach him this turn.
No, you can.
All
5,
right.
10,
Well, I'll
15, 20,
move
25,
as close
30.
as I can.
Maybe,
I just did it wrong. I did it right the first time, did it wrong the second time. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
okay. Then you can.
Nice. All right, then I'm gonna bite him.
Do it.
That is 17.
All right. With a 17, you hit.
Cool. Can
You
I
also
do
have advantage. I do
Oh.
myself.
Yeah, might as
Just
well.
in case of nat 20, you know.
No, that was a 1.
No, okay, well, you know.
Oh, I'm
Got
it out
so
of the
sorry.
way.
This thing had major resistance, but that is on me. But anyway, go ahead. I'll
late
count
now.
it from this way forward.
Okay, but can you roll a con?
Yep, I'll roll a con. 16.
It succeeds.
By the
Half
way,
of
did you
5.
do poison damage to it before?
2. Yes.
Okay. I will still count that because that's totally my fault, but from this point forward, it is immune.
Well,
Okay, well then I only do 9 damage.
Okay. What kind of damage?
Piercing.
stabbing.
You
Of
do
the
4
stabbing
damage,
variety.
unfortunately.
What?
Oh my.
I'm so
God.
sorry. So this thing, you see a shimmer come up, and it's suddenly immune. And I definitely didn't forget it before. Okay. Or sorry, not immune. Resistant. After Rune's turn, it is Vep, but Vep is dead. Hella dead in the corner. Henry
So long, Vet.
is going to go ahead and pick his crossbow back up, reload it, and fire, and roll a 2. Yellen, what do you do?
Did he have advantage on that roll?
Oh, that's true. Okay, no, he hits. Crossbow damage is not very much, but it's something. Crossbow is a D8. Light crossbow is a D8. It's 2. He does 5 damage to it. Actually, 3 damage. Or sorry, 2 damage to it because of distance. Okay. After his turn, it is going to be Gellin.
I'm going to move up adjacent to this wall here. And then I'm going to take another shot with my pistol.
Okay.
I am keeping track of my bullets.
All right.
That's an 11 to hit.
11 does not.
That's okay. I'm going to shout to Val really quick and just say, do you need to get here faster, or are you good from there?
Well, let's check, shall we? Yeah, I definitely need to get there faster.
Well, actually, it's pointless to give it to you because you can already do this. I
can already
forgot.
do it.
You're a rogue. Never mind. You still have Shield of Faith on you, though. It doesn't go away when you drop, only if I drop.
Okay, good. I was curious about that.
I'm still concentrating on that, so that's my turn.
Perfect. Val, what do you do?
Well, I use a bonus action to do the dash thingy. To get right up on them, like we do. Oh, I'll go here, actually, because my whip is 10 feet, and I don't have my dagger.
Okay.
And then we'll just whip them good.
All right.
25, that's a 16 to hit.
16.
You do
Yes.
have advantage, by the way.
I do have advantage, as did Gellin.
Yeah.
Bless. Okay, yeah, we'll stick with the 16. And because of advantage, I get my sneak attack again. So this time I will do it right. And this is, I think whips are slashing damage, if I'm correct.
I believe so.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay. So I'll roll. Never doing that again. 9 damage. One of which, or 4 of which being the slashing, and then 5 being the sneak attack.
Okay, gotcha. So it takes 7 damage.
Okay.
So let's see. 7. That would be okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its bonus action to turn invisible once more, and it's going to try and break free. How much does it need to break free?
12.
Does a 17 do it?
Is that higher than 12?
I don't know. Okay.
If you're asking me, no, but
it is invisible. Rune, you can still sense it. It's going to try and run. It's taking, not the dash action, or used its action to break free, but it is trying to book it out of here.
Okay.
Give me
Can I take an...
Yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah. 16?
16 hits.
Nice.
oh, not advantage anymore. Dang it.
Nine piercing.
9 piercing. It's reduced to 4 piercing. But you stab into it with your fangs as it sprints past you towards the door. At the end of its turn is going to be your turn again.
Cool. I'm gonna follow where I had felt it move.
Okay, you felt it move right towards the door. It is in the doorway, standing directly over the door down.
Cool.
In that one space right before the door.
I'm gonna web him.
Okay. He needs to make a check, right?
No.
Not yet. No, she's just rolling, or they're rolling to attack.
Oh, I see.
21 to
Good
hit.
lord. Does.
Okay, now he's restrained again.
Okay. Perfect. Is that your old turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Henry is going to he is going to use he's going to try and use a charm hex. So it's going to make a wisdom saving throw. And it passes. Henry's hex fails. Sorry, Henry.
You hate to see it.
Dang tried. At the end of Henry's turn, Gellin.
Your turn.
Can we see it because of the webbing?
Yes.
Okay. I will take my 30 feet of movement to get within 10 feet of it. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Or just that far is close enough. My gun ability is still active. I will shoot it one more time with advantage because it's restrained.
Okay.
I will try and do this fast because my laptop has 4% left on it. And I don't feel like getting up for my charger.
Perfect.
You want me to get up to get your charger?
No.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay. Dirty 20 does hit for sure.
Okay. It's going to take 13 piercing damage from the gun, and
Okay.
then I want to push it 10 feet diagonally so that it hits the wall next to like the door frame.
Okay, gotcha.
And that means it takes another 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so overall it only takes 7.
Uh,
I think. Yeah, 13. Well, no, let's see.
13 plus 3, so it would be 16
well, it would
halved
be
to 8.
13 halved and then 3 halved.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, because they're 2 different sources. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all right. But I do push it like a tile over to the left because it goes diagonally and hits the wall.
Okay, gotcha. Val, your turn. What do you do?
I mean, we're just gonna bonus action to sprint back over and hit the guy. Listen, rogues don't do much, okay? It's just a lot of running and a lot of whipping.
All I'm doing is biting.
Can I
Perfect.
please smite with my gun?
Ew.
But it'd be funny.
It'd be funny.
It would be funny.
Do it for the YouTube clips.
Do it for the bit.
21 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're
Yes.
going to whip him good.
I am
The
looking-
jokes.
Here's
The
this.
joke's just funnier each time. It's good.
I will tell you this out of character, and you seem to sense it as well. This thing is trying to run from you now. If you miss it here, and it succeeds its check to get away, this thing is basically been shown to be much faster than any of you. So if it gets away this turn and you don't kill it, it will get away. But
Yeah.
I will say mechanically, it is on death's door.
It's also restrained, so you have advantage.
Have
Yeah, I mean,
advantage.
I hit it for sure, but now I'm scared about the damage rolls.
You can do it. You have sneak attack.
You have a sneak attack.
Do you have sneak attack?
Yeah,
He rolled with advantage.
Oh, okay.
So it will be 7 from the dagger,
Okay.
and then 4 from sneak attack. So I guess 7 total.
Let's see. 7 and then 4 from the dagger. Yeah. Okay. Wait, you said 5 or 7 from sneak attack?
4 from sneak attack.
And then 7. Oh, I see.
7
I see. I
from
see.
the dagger. So the dagger halved is 3 plus 4. Yeah.
Perfect. You throw your dagger into this.
I'm sorry. The whip. It's a whip, not
Oh.
a dagger, but still the same slashing or whatever.
You whip this thing,
Whip it real good.
and it collapses as you kill it. It had 5 health. You see come into view a large, slim creature, about 8 feet tall, It has a long cylindrical head. Its skin is dark gray and stretched across its body extremely tightly. Where it's been whipped and cut and shot, it bleeds black. And as soon as it falls to the ground, it lights up in a very hot blue fire. Um, it starts burning extremely bright, and its entire body is almost immediately consumed. It starts to burn the cabin that you are in. What do you do?
I cast create water and I douse it.
It starts burning again.
Okay.
All right. Can I try to
and-
break the window next to me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to break the window.
And I promise we're gonna end here soon.
Galen, do it again. I'm gonna take it outside.
I can't. That's all I got. The
I'm
magic's
gonna-
gone.
I
gonna
can.
try it.
Oh god, I'm a spider right now. I can't.
I'm gonna try and take it outside. Then.
I'll help.
Okay, you're
I mean,
trying
I
to pick
think
it
we
up.
should just leave. We can go outside. We don't need this.
You're trying to
Yeah,
pick it
I
up
don't-
with fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, Vep is already dead. I don't want his shack to burn down.
Okay.
Feels
I
so
got a
bad.
17 on breaking that window. By
You
the
definitely
way.
break the window.
Oh,
You could have
window's
just opened
broken.
it, but you break it.
I crawl out, I guess.
Yeah. You were able to make it out of the window. Are you taking Vep's body or no?
Yes.
Okay.
My little
That-
spidery
That
hands.
just seems horrible.
Yeah, anyone that comes out because of all the gunshots is going to know that you killed this guy. I mean, it's too late. You've done it.
I've
but
done it. I've
yeah.
taken
You
his
have done
body
it.
out.
So,
in my little spidery hands.
Galen, are you helping Val or are you running out?
I'm running out. Val's a fool.
I think Henry thinks Val is also a fool. Henry's going to run out as well.
Yeah,
Val,
take it.
when you go to pick this thing up, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. I think I'm okay at that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
12.
You take 14 fire damage.
I go down.
I turn around, grab Val. Do I know?
Yeah, you guys hear the thump as he hits the floor. Of the
Okay,
cabin.
I grab Val and I drag him out,
Um,
and then yeah.
perfect.
No.
The
Can
cabin.
I can I lay on hands him?
Yes.
Okay,
I-
I put
Pop out a wild shape. Sorry.
7 points of lay on hands into him.
Got it. He pops back up, and in your periphery, you see the blue bright fire that's coming off this creature turn into hot red fire as it starts to consume Vep's cabin. Do you turn back into? Are you still a spider? Or are you turning back into a person?
Turning back into a person.
Okay. Galen, I need you to make a perception check, and Rune,
Yeah,
you can
for
make
sure.
it as well.
How's a dirty 20 sound?
How about a 21?
Both
Hmm.
of you, come out of the window across the clearing, you see the faintest hint of a raised shutter. It's only noticeable because every other window in this clearing is closed. You see the shutter on Guffrey. Guffrey's house is raised slightly, and then it closes quickly as you look over. And that is where we're going to call it this session.
Let's go.
Thank you
go.
so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks for tuning in. And I will not be here next week, but it is okay because Johnny will be DMing.
That's true. Thanks so much for stopping by, everyone. Next week we should have our good friend Ben back as Kamos next week. Yeah, I'm excited to pick up where Tovius left off.
Heck yeah.
All right, perfect. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.